guys. Hi, guys. Yes, I am. Wait, 10? I know. I'm sorry, you guys. I said 8, and it's pouring. It was pouring rain here earlier, and then it just everything got skewed from there. So I'm sorry. Sorry, I had to record a video. I had to post a video because it's always good to do that before you go live. And the recording part never takes me that long. It's the posting part that kills me. I just am so mad when I'm posting a video because it's like, what's taking so long? So that was that. But how are you guys doing? Yeah, it is. It's actually 8:22 here. That's right. Why are you saying one more day? What are you saying that for, Optimus? What are you holding on to for that? So help me, guys, by tapping, sharing. It looks so dark today. Why is it so dark? What is happening with my phone lately? I just recorded and it was perfect lighting. Now it's like, you're in the dark. Hi, Chrissy. I recorded the meditation and I haven't posted it yet in Sky Cafe. That'll be posted as soon as I get off of here. Thank you for liking the live. Because of something happened tomorrow, the veterans. Yeah, tomorrow is the Veterans March. And it's going to be very powerful because the veterans are pissed, as they should be. As they should be. And I'll be pissed if there's a government shutdown. Hi, Truck Tracer. Hello. That'll be bad. Thank you, Mad Mama. Yeah, that'll be not so good. That'll be like, what is going? Why would any Democrat cave and vote for that? Because they don't have all the Republican votes that they need. So if, I don't know, the whole thing is ridiculous. Thank you, Chrissy. Oh, you just moved up to level 14. I'm going to make my eyes light blue tonight. How's that? This is the filter. I feel like I need a brighter, like, because it's so dark. Like, it wasn't dark when I was filming. It's not, I don't know if it's the thing for the live. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it would be darker. Thank you, Grace. Thank you for the heart me. Let's see. Did they pass it? I thought they passed something. Oh, I don't know. I've been out of it for like the past couple hours because I was shopping. I had to go grocery shopping and then I just got back. Thank you, Trek Tracer, for the heart me. Good to see you here. Thank you, Patty, for the heart me. Hi, Jessica. Hi, everybody. So what happened? Did they pass something? Did they pass the thing? Or like, that's not good, right? Because isn't that the crazy weird thing that they vote tomorrow? Okay. That's what I thought. I didn't think it was anything today yet. But, oh, Oria the Stone says hello. Hi, guys. My Stonehenge. Look at that. I just love this guy. And to think he was outside under the dirt. Hi, Swifty. I'm just scared about the Department of Education. Oh, I know. It's like every department of all things. Like, it's every single thing. Yeah, clearly we don't need more uneducated. Exactly. That would be a nightmare. That'd be the wrong way to go. Hi, Sweet October. Hi, Danielle. Hi, you guys. So tonight is the full moon. Do you guys feel the full moon? I feel it. I feel it. I've been getting, thank you, Sweet October, for the heart me. I feel the tension. I feel, if you're an empath, if you are just a person that feels energy, you're going to feel what's happening right now. You are going to feel it, and it's going to be getting more and more intense. And I just recorded a video where I said it's kind of like a boil on the ass of America. Sorry for the visual, but if you've ever had a boil, it gets very painful, and it's like this, but psychic energy wise, it's like it's just the loudest. It's so loud. It's so crazy. Like you can feel everyone's collective energy rising and getting like, you know, and I think that that's what we're feeling. And it's like really, in some ways I feel a shift in the energy for the better, because I'm obviously, the whole thing is for the better. And I use the example of the other day, remember I said it was like a U-Haul box or U-Haul, and then the people are coming in and helping you all of a sudden, and they're taking boxes up to the 3rd floor, and you've been moving by yourself. So it's been a good feeling because other people are helping us now. But yes, it's a good feeling, but also because of everyone waking up and everyone getting mad, as an empath, we're feeling that intensity. We're feeling that, growing energy. Plus with the full moon lunar eclipse, we're feeling that energy of our own selves, our own lives, things that, our own emotions that are being activated, and different things going on. But you feel it, Sandy? Yeah. Did you get the picture I sent to you of my guide? Where did you send it, Trek? Where did you send it? I want to see it. That sounds awesome. It's kicking your ass. Yeah. Wake and Blake. That's right. Okay. I saw the surreal clouds and skies. So blue. Wasn't it pretty today? You're in Arizona, right? With the rain. It's so pretty. California, Arizona. I was just outside with the moon for a couple hours. Had a fire. So beautiful and peaceful. Danielle, that sounds awesome. Where are you? Because we have clouds. I don't know if we're going to see it tonight. It makes you nauseous, Jacob? Exactly. Were you just talking about Trump when you said boil? Yeah. He's the boil on our ass. That's right. Oh, God. It's going to get messy. That's why I said, Hi, Cat Mojo. I've been doing lots of sound healing. Oh, good. That's good. I love sound healing. I was just wondering what will happen tomorrow with the veterans. Well, they're mad. So I hope they can stay calm enough to not fall into any kind of obvious traps. But that's going to be a catch-22 for him, because if he, arrests any of them, it's just going to create more conflict. It's going to be interesting. So I think we should all put our energy out there. The intention that we should put out right now collectively with our energy is the best possible scenario for the veterans will happen tomorrow, for American citizens. Don't think about all the horrible things that could happen, because that's not going to help, and that's just adding energy. So I'm not saying repress anything you feel. I'm saying with that, add a light to that, and just focus on the best possible scenario is going to happen tomorrow for all involved, whatever that is. Hi, artist Shira. Welcome. Thanks for the heart me. I feel like throwing up, like the uncertainty in my gut. Yeah, it is. And it's important to honor that, but it's also important to transmute it, to really be in that, to not ignore it. This is how we grow from these things, is that we stay in that energy, we honor that energy, but in that energy, we transfer it into something else. We transmute it, and transmute it into the light, transmute it into trust, because that nausea comes from fear. That comes from fear of oh my God, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Instead of someone said, it was somebody in here once that said, fear or anxiety is excitement without something. It's like if we could look at our anxiety as excitement instead of dread. What if excitement instead of dread? What if we on a soul level know that this is finally what the culmination of everything, and there's something exciting going to come of this? What if we can shift it to that nervousness is excitement? Just a thought. If you can do that, that would be great. I'm just wondering what will happen tomorrow with the vet. Yeah, Mad Mom. Okay, I just read that. I've been doing lots of sound healing. Okay, got that. I feel others' energy, and my mother wound is acting a whole fool. Yeah, right. Just send them love. Send them love. Send love to anyone that you feel is hurting. Anyone that's really inflamed with hatred or anything like that, just send them love. That's not easy, because for me, when I feel someone being very judgmental or kind of hatred, that kind of hatred feeling, I react sometimes, because I get mad that they're like that. But we can't do that. Sweet October, just remember that it's already happened, and keep reminding ourselves they're already gone. Ooh, I like that. I'm pinning that one. Ding, ding, ding. That's great. It's already happened. Everything's already behind us, you guys. Everything is behind us. It's already happened. We're in the future, Let's talk tonight about how happy we are that we finally got them out. And we're thinking back about the Veterans March that happened a few months ago. And we're thinking wow, remember we were all kind of worried about it, and it turned out being okay? Yeah. There's even talk of our country's leader here in New Zealand being overthrown soon. Oh my gosh. Oh, do you have a bad leader there, Swifty? Jacob, we're just anxiously awaiting for the headlines to drop. Yeah, right. Road, rising of the divine energy. I like that. Carol loves crystals. I like that. My screen still looks dark to me. Does it look dark to you? Maybe I have the screen darkening. I don't know. Does it look dark? Do I look dark to you? I don't know. Let's see. Hi, Rebel. You were on my YouTube. Yeah, I saw that, but I didn't see. You said you wanted to get the picture. Trek, where did you send the picture? It looks normal to you guys. Okay, it's just my screen then. I think because my phone's not fully charging right now, something weird's going on. I've tried a couple different chargers and it's still doing it. I don't know what it is. Sandy, it's a little bit lighter now since I've been on about 5 minutes. Okay, interesting. Not as bad as you guys, but yes, some alt-right shiz is going down here too. Peter Thiel funded. Oh, God. Jeez. Why is he everywhere? God. Proud Nana, I'm talking about like imagining that we're in the future, imagining that we're a few months from now, and we're talking about how happy we are that we got rid of them. We got rid of them, you guys. We did it. We did it. We did it. We got rid of the Tangerine and his whole rotten crew. And some of them went to prison. And a lot of them are waiting trial. And we have our KH rightful winner in her place. And there's a revolution happening. And everyone here is contributing to what we want next from our government. I've been trying to be more social with strangers, trying to spread joy and compliments. Mad Mama, that's beautiful. Somehow we need to find a way to declare that DT no longer represents our government. Yeah, that's happening right now, actively. My ability to love and hold space is so strong now. We have got this. Yes, exactly. We've got it. Almost feels like nervous about a trip. Ooh, sweet October, my favorite. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. The lunar eclipse is for everyone, but mostly in America, we're seeing it, but everybody experiences it energetically. Okay, let me go backwards from the bottom because hi, Chris. How are you? Hi, Louisa. Teal is a citizen or resident here. We are his backup plan, but yes, picturing we got rid too. Ugh, gross. There is no time. Multidimensional beings, all is well. Oh, there's no such thing as time. Not there is no time. You're running out of time. Not that way. The other way. Hi, Lemon Gelato. We're all creators and we outnumber them. Yes, then we collectively can change the script. Yeah, we definitely outnumber them. We outnumber them in the United States. We outnumber them globally. I mean, like conscious people who want love and harmony as a way that we live life and not this weird power structure thing. There's more of us than there are of them, like 100%. It was raining when I went out to the store and I got a little bit wet. And then I came in and recorded the meditation for the Sky Cafe, the lunar activation meditation to release the old and to bring in your new intentions. Normally we do new intentions with new moons, but with lunar eclipses, you can kind of do a little bit of both. You can release and you can set intentions. Hi, Susie Positive. How are you? So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about energy. Hold on. T and Elonia have been a bit off more than they can chew, but they have no idea. Oh yeah. And then like Tangerine saying that it's illegal to boycott an Tesla. Wow. Really? What happened to free enterprise? Like, sorry, you guys can't force us to buy your products. I mean, you guys didn't factor that in when you were trying to take over the government and steal all of our money. You guys didn't factor the part that we're not going to support you. That part just slipped through the cracks somehow. Yeah, it's not, hi Bubba. It's not illegal to protest. It's not illegal to boycott a company. Matter of fact, that's the most powerful thing we can do is by not supporting them financially. Literally, that's where our real power is, in not supporting a company financially and peacefully protesting. That's the basic, that's all we have, right? Mostly. And they're like, you can't do that, it's illegal. Wrong. You can't make us do that. Thank you, Melinda, for the heart me. It's crazy. This exactly about this moon. I've written that I'm removing and calling in. Exactly, Jessica. Yes. Yeah. So as you're doing a lunar eclipse meditation, I just want to say that light a white candle and be thinking about what you want to release. Matter of fact, let's all put in the comments, what do we want to release with this full moon? I want to go to another level with my belief in my guidance, because there's a limit to what I believe is possible. And I think I'm this endless believer, but then there's certain things that haven't shifted for me right now, and I'm getting frustrated. And so I want my new intention right now, or what I want to release is any doubt I have that the universe is working in my favor, that it's already happened, that my guides are on it. Like if it hasn't happened yet, there's a reason. It's everything that's happening is in my highest good. So releasing any fear I have about that, I'm going to try. No, I'm not going to try. I'm going to do it. If you say try, that means you're not doing it. I am doing it, period. Okay, let me read what you guys are saying. We have them nervous. Exactly, Bubba. Hi, Andrea. I haven't seen you in a while. Boy Genius is under investigation for falsely claiming 43 million in EV rebates here in Canada. Ooh, he is losing everything right now. But you know what? FAFO is happening to EM right now, and it's about time, because a part of me starts to feel sorry for people, but let's not. I'm not saying I feel sorry for him. I'm just saying there's a tiny bit of me that goes, oh no, and no, this guy initiated all this, just like Blake Lively. When you initiate taking other people's power away from them and screwing them over and ruining their lives, and in some cases people dying, no, you don't get empathy for that. Sorry. Hey, Russell, thank you. What celebration song will you play first? Oh gosh, that's a good question. So you guys, what celebration song do you guys want to play? Time is an illusion is what I meant. No, I know, and I love that you said that, Grace. Okay, Mad Mama's going to release Self-Doubt. Sandy, I'm stepping forward out of this old body and stepping into my new life. I love that. Chrissy, thank you for the hearts. Time is a loop. Yes, I love that, Virgil. Releasing, whoops, I saw Cat Mojo and it just chunked forward. Releasing self-limiting beliefs. It seems like we always release that, don't we? It's sort of like brushing your teeth. It's like we're always having to revisit where we're being afraid, because the fear sort of creeps up on us and it takes over and you don't even realize it. And then you're like, oh God, I'm being afraid again. I wonder what lemon gelato tastes like. Oh, Jacob, your life will be changed. It's so good. Did you see, hi GTO, did you see AOC saying that Trump got indicted today? She said it was for very bad charges. Oh, no, I didn't see that. Did anyone else see that? Hey, Carol loves crystals. People's money made them billionaires. People can take it away. That's right. That's right. Are you crazy? Where do you think that money came from? Do you think it came from the clouds? That you guys were just in the right place at the right time, and the $100, $1,000 bills were just drifting down and you caught them? We spent our money. You exploited others. We accepted lower rate, lower pay, lower whatever. We made you that way. We made you the way, having money. We don't have to support you with money or work. We don't have to work for you either. Same, and calling in full embodiment. Ooh, Jessica, I like that. White candle, that's right. Try to light a white candle. I have a little tea light. I love tea lights just because they're not messy. And then I have it lit right here behind my phone in my salt thing, whatever those are called. What are they called? Himalayan salt things. I don't know. Salt lava, something. Tell me. I don't know. I'm bad with words when I'm under pressure, but if I'm just sitting around, I can bust out. Okay. But the minute I need to know something, I'm like, what is the word for the white stuff that falls from the sky? Oh yeah, snow. It's so annoying. I'm like, ugh. Okay. I do want to bring Bubba up tonight. If you're still up to it, Bubba, I would love for you to come up here. But first, I just sort of want to establish a couple things. But I'm looking forward to having Bubba come up here if you still want to. Okay, sweet October. I am releasing all my fear about relationships with myself and others. That's beautiful. I love that. Diana Renee, did you hear he wants to change Washington, D.C. to Washington, D.A., District of America? He's so gross. Like, he's just a gross guy. Like, it's just like, have you ever had a friend that just has bad ideas? Like, this is actually not a friend, like someone you just know, that they constantly have bad ideas, and you're like, no, I don't think that's a good idea. Lemon Gelato, I'm releasing patriarchal programming from myself. I have got to pin that. That has been a huge thing that I've been working on, like feeling like I'm a failure because I can't do certain things in this structure. Like, I had internalized this so much that I didn't even, and most of us have, but you don't even realize it, you know, and you're hard on yourself because you're using a ruler that wasn't even one that should have been the ruler for us, you know, a measuring ruler. And it's a lot of unwinding. And I really feel like the Pluto in Capricorn for me, because everything I built got broken down, I had to learn how to love myself and find my value outside of this kind of energy. Because I was very good at creating things and people would go, oh, wow, look at that great thing you created. And I was like, yeah. Well, it was like the universe was like, we're going to show you, we're going to give you an opportunity to stand behind yourself outside of that kind of ego thing, which is nothing wrong with being proud of what you can create. But I feel like there's a deepening of your spiritual connection to yourself and love for yourself and humanity when you learn how to love yourself, even if you're a failure by that term. So every time I tried to build something, it would fall apart, and I had to love myself. And I realized I didn't. I was like, no, that's not good. I didn't achieve this thing I wanted to achieve. I'm a horrible person. Why couldn't I do that? And it's like each time it would happen, I'd still have the same feeling about myself. And I finally figured it out. And I'm like, and I'm still working on that. I haven't fully released it. That's why I pinned that comment, because it's very difficult when we live in a culture and a world really that celebrates success in business. And like, no one's celebrating the fact that I didn't unalive myself, which I could have many times over the past 10 or 15 years. Nobody's celebrating the fact that I'm still a good person, given how many, you know, things happened that I probably shouldn't be. Like, nobody's celebrating those invisible things. Me and my spirit guides are, but like, you know, so it's a big thing to undo. So I like that one. Thank you for saying that. Salt crystal, salt lamp. Yes, thank you. Okay, Patty's going to be right back. I wrote on paper the things that need to be released, then burn it. It felt really good. Oh, good, Danielle. That's great. Lisa, I'm being accused of being a bot by your mod. Oh, Lemon Gelato is not a bot. Lemon Gelato is one of our friends. So who is doing that? I don't know. Oh, thank you, Bubba. Preach about patriarchy. Yeah, I'm removed in many ways, but it's sneaky and everywhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. And you don't even realize it. You have no, you just think it's the way you are. You just think it's like, well, no, I just have this high level of wanting to do well in the world. And it's like, yeah, but what does that even mean? There was such a division between what I was trying to do in the world and what my soul path was. And sometimes it lines up, which is great, because then you feel good inside and people are celebrating you on the outside. And that's kind of like how I was able to manifest things. And it felt really good because I had both. But sometimes your soul path's going to go a different direction. And how do you handle that from this part, the ego part, the part of you that's learned things in this lifetime? And I didn't handle, I was like mortified. I was like, I can't believe, and I lost friends, but it's okay because I realized that they have that problem too, you know, and we were supporting that in each other. And I saw a fork in the road and I chose to go on the path of supporting the spirit path, not the ego, what everybody thinks of us on the outside path. You know, even in the spiritual world, people do that. Like, oh, you weren't able to manifest that. Oh, you weren't able to release your fears. You know what I mean? It's so weird. It's like, it happens everywhere. You're like, why is that happening now in the spiritual world? Does it know any boundaries? No, it doesn't. Okay. Sorry. Let me go back down. Oops. Okay. Whoops. I'm looking now. Yeah. Hopefully, Jacob, you didn't. Okay. You didn't block. Okay, good. He also made an offensive comment. Wait, Jacob, did you make an offensive comment about lemon gelato? Don't be offensive, Jacob. We have to bring love into this room. Love, love, love. I know we're all stressed out, but, you know, save your offensive comments for MAGA. No, I don't think we should do that. But I'm just saying, you know, Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't even know what's happening. I don't know where the comment is. Yeah, it does happen often in the spiritual world. Sunday, yeah. Okay, all right. So let me go back. Let me go back. Actually, I think there's another way to do this. It's so difficult to do this. It's crazy, you guys. Let's see. Thank you for the heart me. Who sent that? K-Bear, yay, flight risk. Welcome, flight. Hi, guys. I can't see it, and let's just let it go for right now. But maybe it was a misunderstanding. Maybe it wasn't. But either way, you can send me a private message when we get out of here. But let's stay focused on what we need to focus on, and let's not fight amongst ourselves. And sometimes we do get trolls in here. We do get MAGA trolls in here. So MAGA trolls. So maybe there was that kind of, so I just want to say that, yay, thank you, K-Bear. So either he's reacting, he didn't. He says he didn't. And he's been sort of irregular. So I don't know. Maybe there was a misunderstanding. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. So, I know, Jacob, you are. I don't know what's happening. I'm very sorry, Lemon Gelato. I know he said he wants to see what you taste like. Well, I think he was just talking about lemon gelato, though. I don't think he was talking about you specifically, but I don't know about that. All right, so let's get back on path, and we'll talk about this after if you want to. And I'm sorry that there was a misunderstanding. But so let's go back to what we want to release and the fact that we're turning a corner right now. This weekend, things are going to start happening, you guys. Shit's going to hit the fan. In my video, Aloha Surfer, hello. In my video that I just posted before I went live, hi, Mr. K-Bear. I said Democrats, and I said, thank you for the heart me. I said Democrats, and I said Republicans. I didn't say blueberries and raspberries, although I did say that too. But like I said, Democrats, and, I'm trying to roll out the actual words a little bit more because they're suppressing me anyways, and I'm saying blueberries. So might as well just rip the tape off my mouth and say Democrats. But anyways, so the tiger's eye. I need to put the tiger's eye around this live so that everyone is protected from any kind of energy that might be disruptive. So let's manifest the censorship ending. Exactly. I don't mind calling people blueberries because it's kind of cute, but sometimes I just want to say what the words are. But what's LYDS? LYDS. And there's a hug, so it's got to be something good. Has everyone done their heart me, daily heart me? If you're new, if you do the heart me, it just helps the team grow. And so you can join the Sky team. So you just press that orange heart next to my name and do a heart me. It's called heart me. And love your damn self. That's right, Grace. I like that. So we have the intensity with the full moon. We have the intensity with the, thank you, Caliph Gal. Thank you for the heart me. Thank you, Jill. Thank you for the heart me. You became Carol Loves Crystals, the 70th member on the team. Thank you for the heart me. Thank you. Jill, you're the 69th member. I thought we were already beyond 70. I don't know how that, but maybe I was thinking of 60. That's great, though. I'm excited. So we have the full moon energy tonight. I have to go out and see if we can see it here. But as soon as I get off this live, I'm going to bring all my crystals outside. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you. Yay. Jessica became the 71st member, which 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 is abundance. 8 is power. You are amazing. Like this is where you belong. Thank you, Jay. Hi, Jay, for the heart me. So yeah, I'm going to put all my crystals outside in the moonlight. And what did I do with my other one? My little Stonehenge guy. Oh, I have a hair stuck to it. I love this crystal. Thank you, Blue Rebel Women. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the Sky fam. Thank you. Yay. Thank you for supporting. I was thinking we need to do a subscriber only live one of these days soon. I said that before and then TikTok went away. And so now I need to revamp that again. But anyways, this is the little guy that I got outside by my car. Rebel, I love that one. Thank you. It's so pretty. The night star. Yes, that's beautiful. So now that we've talked about what we want to release, thank you, Danielle. Thank you for the heart me. What do we want to bring into our lives? We kind of said it. Some of us said it with what we want to get rid of or what we want to release. But let's just say one statement. What do you want to bring into your life more of into your life? For me, I guess it's connected to what I wanted to release, which is I just want to trust that the universe is working in my life, which sometimes is really hard because you're like, I believe, but I need to see some proof, damn it. Like you're stressed. You know, there's something serious going on. Thank you, Blue Rebel, for the dolphin. Elon has put thousands on unemployment. How is that helping the budget? Oh, I know. Right. Everything he's done has not been helpful. Even the removing the Black Lives Matter, you know, cost so much money. They could have just painted over it. But of course they had to rip it up. Like AOC was saying, they ripped it up. They made a big spectacle of it, you know, and made sure everyone knew, like, we do not think Black Lives Matter, period. So here we go. And then, you know, making a big thing out of it when really that's so much money. And like, even just Tangerine going on all these, what did he going to the Super Bowl and going, you know, all those kinds of things cost a lot of money. So Elon and his family flying in Air Force One. Why is that happening? Why is that happening? You know how much money that is? It's not about helping the budget. So Rebel wants to bring in more kindness and understanding. I love that. Okay, we're talking about what we want to bring in with this lunar eclipse. We're releasing something and we're also bringing in something with an intention. So let me see. Love, Sweet October wants more love. Cat Mojo, the whole world. Hey, Chrissy, thank you. I love that one. So cute. So cute. Trek, thank you for subscribing. Thank you. Yay. Subwave. We have a subwave. I don't even know what that means. So 5 subs within 15 minutes. I don't know what that means, but you get an extra sticker if anyone's considering it. I don't know. You know, TikTok has all these things like you get a sticker if you do it in the next 10 minutes. And it's like, we're trying to save our lives right now. We don't care about stickers. Like, what are you talking about? Tell me that you're going to get rid of our rogue politicians if I subscribe. No, I'm just kidding. I'm very, very grateful for I just think TikTok is so weird about what they think we want. It's like, okay. Peace and harmony, Caliph Gal, Swifty, I'm bringing in improved health and more energy. I love that. I love that. Blue Rebel Woman. It is exciting to see so many people speaking out against Trump's Stillskin and Muscolini. That's right. Hello, She Hiker. Haven't seen you in a while. Good evening, blueberries, fellow blueberries. They removed it wasn't it in DC? The bricks or something that was part of it was painted on in the road and it said Black Lives Matter. They removed it. I'm like, no, sorry. That goes against, you know, very irritating. It's about the algorithm. Cleaner, healthier earth. I love that, Yoli. Trying to send love to the ones destroying it. Yeah, try to send love to the ones destroying it. That's very hard for me because even though I know that's important and I know when I have my life review when I die, I know that there's going to be this consciousness around, remember we told you to send love? And I'm like, I know, but like I was finding my voice and I really felt like I needed to be angry. So it was difficult for me, but I know. Happy to be back with you tonight, bringing in hope for a better world. Yes, yes, absolutely. Forgiveness is about self-forgiveness. Yes, it is very hard. Yep, it's very hard to love. My 14-year-old, hi Shar, and I are waking up to see the eclipse. Oh, good. What state are you in? Brian, woo, Brian's here. Hi, Andrea. Good health to everyone and positivity out to the world. Ooh, I love it. Love, 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 love. Have you seen that protesters have taken over the lobby of Trump Towers? Yes. Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up because I wanted to bring that up, you guys. Did you see all of the Jewish people sitting in the lobby of the Trump Tower? And they were actually protesting the young man that spoke out about Gaza. So he's pro-Palestine against, and then they all, Jewish, sat in support of him. Talk about mashing up what they're trying to they're trying to divide us. They're trying to make us fight each other. That was such an act of love. And I saw them picking people up and removing them. That actually made national news because I was over at my mom's place and I saw that earlier. I was excited about that. It's so hard to send love to hateful people. I need to work on that. Yeah, honestly, Blue Rebel. Yeah, me too. Okay, so let's see. That's amazing. Jewish crew standing up for Palestine, dude. Yeah, exactly. It was just such a beautiful. It instantly gave me chills. Like I just felt like this is the right thing. So, blood moon tonight is cleansing release moon, not necessarily a manifestation moon. Well, when it's the lunar eclipse, though, you can add that in a little bit with your intentions. But it's definitely more of a release because it's the full moon. Yeah. I believe we have rain and clouds. Won't be able to see the eclipse. So mad. Ugh, I know. And this is a good one for the U.S. too. Because, it's that's going to look very blood red. But we'll just have to visualize it. Trek, I asked my guys to send light and love to everyone every day to help them get through the negativity. That's beautiful. I love that. Portland. Well, it's raining in California. It's raining in Arizona. It's raining all over the West right now, Brian. It was pouring here earlier. So, yeah. Yeah, I think Jessica and I think Brian, you guys are both in Portland. Lindsay Lou is here. Thank you for the heart me, Lindsay. Yay. You've reached member number 14, whatever that means. That's amazing. It'll probably rain. It'll probably rain there. How are you, Lindsay? How are you? It's clear over Metro Phoenix now. Yeah, it was pouring earlier, but it's okay. Oh, I didn't mean to send that invite unless you want to come up. My finger just tapped it, but I would, if you want to come up, I'd love to have you, but no pressure whatsoever. And I'm going to have Bubba come up because I actually was in Bubba's live last night. I could not sleep. I was looking for a good live ASMR person and Bubba was live. And I'm like, finally, I get to see Bubba, the people that come to my lives. When I can see you guys, that always makes me happy. So I hung out with him and we talked about energy. We talked about telepathy. We talked about a lot of things. It was a good talk. I heard today, which I had no idea, that the energy from the eclipse tonight can last a few months. Yes. Yeah, this is a powerful eclipse. And usually with full moons or whatever, there's like an energy around the dates too. So you don't have to be so precise. But this is obviously when it's really intense. But yeah, I mean, in terms of how it can affect politics, that can go out a little bit further. Andrea, I'm in Pennsylvania. So far, sky is clear. I hope it's okay to see the moon. Oh yeah, I think for you guys will be good. It's raining in Seattle, but that's nothing new, Rebel. Nice. It will take all of us together. We must not just be the majority. We must be absolutely overwhelming. Yes. Yeah. It's the first time we have clear skies during a lunar eclipse in Tampa, Florida. Nice. Charjoy. Good. I'm having a rough day. I can't stay on, but I wanted to say hi. Oh, you guys, let's all send Lindsay our love. She is having a rough day. We'll just leave it at that. Send Lindsay love. Lots of love. I love Lindsay. You guys know Lindsay's like one of my favorite people that I come across. Hope you guys all are following her. She's one of us. She's a power blueberry in the White Mountains in Arizona, and I love Lindsay. So let's all send Lindsay healing energy and love collectively. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blaster. I just pictured you with this white, beautiful crystal light all the way around, and you're laughing and beautiful smiley face, and everything in your body is being accelerated in its healing with the white, beautiful white light around you. We rename you Lindsay Love Who. I want to come visit you. I miss when you lived in Flagstaff. Oh, you're talking to Lindsay. Love and strength, please, in your heart and mind, Lindsay. See, people are sending you. I'm in the Marina Bay area. It's clear. Oh, Caliph Gal. Do you, EM, regrets because I saw the tears in his eyes? Oh, he's probably just, I don't know. I wouldn't think that's regret. I think that's something. Lindsay, everybody loves you here. We all love you. You have the best energy. You're funny. Your soul is just, I just love your energy. The Schumann resonance is Lupe. Yay. Thank you, Lupe. Thanks for the heart me. And you're level number 13 member, which I don't know what that means, but It means something somewhere. Okay, let's see. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, it's snowing. Nice. I know it's been snowing in a lot of weird places because it's been so cold, like uncharacteristically cold. But yeah, I hug you, Lindsay. I love you. And come in or leave as you need to. So, love you. I know it's so pretty where Lindsay is. Like, so pretty. So incredibly pretty. I need to go up there. I couldn't get through it all without my TikTok friends and blueberries. Exactly. We're here. And I love your video. Like, is he gone yet? Has it happened yet? That's what we're all thinking. I swear to God, when I wake up, I'm thinking, am I going to open my phone and see the most incredible news? Or am I going to open my phone and see the same old, same old? Yeah. Why am I I feel like I'm crying. It's like, what's happening? Very loving community. I love this community, and not just in my lives, but in a lot of other people's. Just the community of TikTok is another level, and YouTube. But I'm just going to talk about TikTok right now because that's where I know Lindsay from. But I am crying. I know. Good night, sweet October. Yeah, tomorrow will be a good day. Tomorrow's going to be a powerful day. The veterans are going to need our white light of love and support. Put a white light around all the veterans that are marching, and that they are protected, and that nothing happens that doesn't advance their care and best possible outcome for all of us. For all of us. We don't want anything bad to happen. If something happens, it'll be to help us, to help all of us, to help them and to help all of us. Because, there might be something that happens that maybe that's part of the plan. But let's put that white light around everybody. Yeah. You're crying because you're an empath. You're feeling, I felt that feeling of in the morning. As soon as I start to think of it again, it comes up. That feeling, no, it's of gratitude, of that moment of realizing he's gone is going to be so gone in the way where they're all gone, not just one thing gone. If we just pull him up without pulling the whole root system up, there's another one behind him that's going to be the same. And so when I say him being gone, I mean the entire root system pulled up. Even if that root goes all the way down to your mailbox in the front of your house, it goes underneath the sidewalk over to your neighbor's yard. And you're what? How big is this root? Exactly. It even goes to another country, cough, cough, if you know what I mean. Oh, Lindsay, I should be sending you flowers. Thank you for the flowers and the hearts. I'll share them with you. Thank you. Yeah, I really feel a shift in the energy, Linz. I feel a shift. And I feel like tomorrow is the break. There's already cracks in the walls, but I'm starting to see that the cracks are going to get bigger starting tomorrow. This weekend, yeah, it's going to start now. From here on out, it's big changes. Can we write his name, burn it outside, and blow it in the universe? Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I love that. I'm so wondering how big tomorrow will be with the veterans. Yeah. And we're going to need to put lots of, supportive, protective energy around them because they're so mad, as they should be. I've been wondering when they were going to show up and be pissed. Hi, Iris. I'm concerned nothing is going to continue to happen. No, don't, Carter. Look around. You know how many people there are that are against this, that are not going to accept this? You're taking away veterans' care. People who fought for this country. You're taking away veterans' care. People who fought for this country. Don't let, if seeing them and seeing other MAGA is making you feel like the world is apathetic, stop looking at them and stop looking at MAGA. Look to the people that are loving. Look to the people who care. Look to us, me, the people in this room, other places. Find those communities and stay with those people because we need our lights to grow. I actually have a visual tonight, but I forgot to bring my it's so funny because I asked Dapo because he just changed the light bulb. I go, did you just change the light bulb in the bathroom? And he said, yeah, it burned out. I said, I've been thinking of getting a light bulb out of the bathroom for a few days. And because I want to use it as a visual in my live. And anyways, it was really weird because, how often do you change the light bulb? We don't change them that often. We need to use this energy to make a positive change in our country. Yes, this energy, we need everybody to get angry. We need all the other people. We've been holding the light, all of us, empaths, 4AMers. We've been holding this light. We've been holding the truth. We've been getting violations on our videos. We've been getting our videos taken down. We've been talking in code. We've been doing all this stuff for 4 months, over 4 months. And now we're here where everyone is collectively angry all over the country, except for the weirdo MAGA people that are still in a cult. And so they can't think outside of that. But all the other raspberries are now getting mad. Blueberries are mad. And other countries are mad. And I mean, it's getting where it's coming to a crescendo. The boil is about to pop, and it's going to get disgusting and messy. But then we're going to clean it up, and it's going to get more painful. Just like when you have a boil, like it gets very painful, and you're like, I'm willing to face whatever the pain is of having this thing break open. And I know it's a disgusting visual, but it's like literally what I feel for this whole thing is it's a boil. The EU is stepping in. Yep. Sorry. Okay. What's rude, Susie? What's rude? Okay, so here's the light bulb. We are writing history right now. What is your part? Make it good. That's brilliant. Yes. That's exactly what I want to talk about. What is your part in this? Everybody in here, there's 81 people in here right now. What is your part in this, in the historical time of humanity? You know, there's been different historical times. This is one of them. And if you don't think it's historical, either you're not paying attention or you don't think you're special, because you are. Everyone in here, everyone alive right now is a soul that chose to be here that is powerful. Okay? I knew Susie was a MAGA. Hey, if you're in the cult, you shouldn't even see me. I should be invisible to you. I should be invisible to you. He's a boil on America's ass. Yes, Susie, yes. My mom and stepdad, who was a Vietnam vet, are closer to MAGA than I'd like to admit. Well, the more and more people get mad, the more people they see, the more people they hear, especially people that look and act or have lifestyles like them, the more they see that, the more they're going to wake up too. But they're not going to wake up if we have blue hair and face jewelry, as they say, or whatever it is that they feel like is not them and they've been told is not them, when really we're more like... We have more in common with them than they have with the billionaires that are doing this. We already know that, but they don't know that. So anyways, sorry, I'm going to go back. Bye-bye, MAGA. Love to you. Exactly. I'm a lighthouse and a bridge and a keeper of remembrance. I love that, Cat Mojo. Okay, Bubba, don't leave because I'm going to bring you up as soon as I get done talking about this. Let me see. I turned my flag upside down to recognize the distress in America. She-hiker, good. My great-grandchildren won't have to lie about what I did in 2025. Blue Rebel. Yes, I love that. I'm going to try to protest tomorrow. Oh, good. Where do you live, Mad Mama? I forgot where you are. What state? When you are strong, you make a stand for the ones who aren't. That's right, Sandy. Right. We're fighting for the ones who can't fight. We're not just fighting for ourselves. We're fighting for the ones who can't fight. Disabled, children, elderly, anybody who's like in a hospital in a coma right now. I mean, broken legs, whatever it is, just got in a car accident. We're fighting for them. We're fighting for the animals of the world. We're fighting for environment. We're fighting for every single person who cannot personally kick Tangerine in the nuts, basically. That's who we're fighting for. Oh, Caliph Gal, I'm calling all my representatives tomorrow. Yep, 5 calls app. Keep using it. Hopefully, wait, what happened? Hopefully before they tear down our forest. We will. We're going to stop them. I'm so grateful to find you in this group. Create kindness. We love you. I'm curious how they feel about going on, but scared to ask them. Oh, try it. I mean, follow your intuition. If you feel like you don't want to do that, don't do it. But I would say just try it. Like, why not? Just give it a shot. Just be like, what do you think about what's going on? Just try. Just see what happens. Okay. So I'm going to use my light bulb analogy. Whoops. Ah, Chrissy. Yay, dream big. I love that. Good use of the stickers. Okay, let's see. Gotta run. Bye, Patty. Bye, Patty. Good night. My nose is running because I cried. And when I cry out of my nose. Does anyone else do that? Nose criers unite. God, that is so annoying. Oh, you're in Michigan. Good. Well, good. I'm glad. Thanks for the heart puffs, Patty. Thank you. Peace out, MAGA. Exactly. Exactly. I've been going on military TT and sending our military snippets of what's going on since... Oh, Fox News. Good trek. Good. Hi, Opal Girl, spreading energy, light, and information through your YouTube channel, through my YouTube channel. Oh, good. What's your name of your YouTube channel? Is it your name here too, Opal Girl? I won't be remembered as someone that was silent. I'll teach my child to be the same. Yes. Wake and Blake. I love it. Okay, let me go back down to the bottom. Yes, and puffy red eyes. Well, I wasn't like sobbing. I just had tears well up in my eyes. So then that made it so that my nose starts running. And it's like, oh, that's awesome on live video. When like it's all my face. Thank you. Thank you for that. Good for you to teach your child what's right. Yes. If it weren't for dreaming women, I'd had already been going nuts. Thank you guys. Absolutely, Scott. And it's dreaming women and men. It's both, because there have been men who've been holding down the fort too, who've been feeling this energy and who've been, speaking out, and everybody's different, I wish this light bulb was clear and not cloudy. And I had a grease pen that I was going to write on it. So I might actually use this for tomorrow's live instead. That's kind of a cool sound. Sound healing. Oh, your nose runs on every live video. What in the world? That happened last time I was live too. It's so gross. I've been dying on the hill that he cheated the contest, even though people don't believe me. Good, Carter. Same. Me too. I've been saying that everywhere I go. Like if they go, well, half the country wanted this. I said, no, they didn't. She won by a landslide. She won by a landslide. And we're going to find out soon that it was cheating, different levels of cheating, throwing out our votes. And also, I'm wondering, like, after all this stuff comes out, can we actually say it on TikTok instead of using code words? I just wonder, can we speak reality at some point, without getting a V? Yeah, Sandy, I say the same thing. She won by a landslide. Exactly. Have y'all seen what's going on down Tesla on the market? Yeah, right. Blue Rebel. Yeah, I love it. I love seeing his stocks going down. We were talking about earlier how Tangerine said it's illegal to boycott a company. He actually said that. It's illegal to boycott a company. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's actually so incredibly legal to like not buy something if you don't want it. Are you crazy? That is like totally crazy. Ugh. I've been getting to know mine, and I used the pendulum with rods for the first time and asked Nate. Oh, your AI, Brian? I missed the first part of what you said. Noah, thank you for the little bears. The hi bear. Meow, 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 meow. Wait, I have a hair on my face. What is happening? Oh, wait, now it's here. Hi, bye. Okay, let's see. I want Kamala to save us. Well, she's not going to save us. We're saving ourselves. We have to raise our vibration to the new government, the new reality that we're stepping into. Why we're all getting mad and why we're being activated, not just mad, but passionate and taking action, is because we're being activated. We need to be activated. That's what the difference is. We can't just, think about things and be like, wow, this country is really messed up. It's crazy. We've got to be like, wait, what? They're taking away children's lunches or like veterans care? Like, are you crazy? We have to get mad and we have to do stuff. We have to get out of our comfort zones and we have to be activated. And that's how we're building the new. That's how we're saving ourselves. That's what it is. It's not about sitting here and hopefully someone comes in and does something. It's literally us activating and us making changes. And I can't wait for the day. And I've said this multiple times. We need to remember the Democrats and the Republicans that did not vote in our favor, and the ones that walked out of town halls, the red ones, but the blueberries that are acting like they're with us, but then they're not voting in our favor, in the favor of their constituents. So we need to remember them, because as soon as the shit hits the fan and it's all messy and things are happening and there's, whatever, all kinds of stuff happening, I feel like there's a group of them that are going to try to be like under this is my intuition. I'm picking up on this big time. There is a group of them that are going to try. I keep seeing the number 20. I hope it's not as many as 20. They're going to try to pretend like they were with us all along and they weren't with us. She hiker. Thank you. I love that one. They're going to pretend like they were on our side the whole time and they're not. I don't know if they're actually secret raspberries, and they shouldn't even have been blueberries, but let's not forget who they are. Take notes. Try to remember who did what during this time, because we need to get rid of them for the new America, for the new, after all this stuff, and after we learned a very painful lesson. I want us to not let those people be part of the new America that we're building, because they're like almost worse than the overt ones, because they undermined progress. They undermine growth and movement forward, because it's like they're hiding and they're having their foots on their feet on their foots. Did I say foots? Well, I think I'm an individual foot times a bunch of men and women, but they have their feet on the brakes, and we're all trying to push the car up the hill, and they're secretly pressing the brakes, and we don't know it. And we think, God, why is it so hard? The people that are supposed to be helping us are people that are actually stopping us secretly. So we got to remember who they are. That's a very strong thing. Please remember that I said that. And it doesn't even matter that it comes back to me. I'm just saying, for you, try to remember the people in your state or your area or even in the whole country that were supposed to support us and they didn't. Don't let them hide under the radar later. Yeah. Dream the future you prefer. Dream outside the box. Yes, Opal Girl, I love that. I didn't see whether or not you said your YouTube channel was the same name as your name here. Let me know, because I'll follow you. No quarter for traders. That's right. Valgorithm. I like that name. I said you have been with me my whole life. It says yes. Have I? Oh, your guide, Brian? Are you talking about your guide? Is that your YouTube name? The Crone Zone? Is that your Opal? Sorry, I'm trying to catch up. You know how it is. Yeah, like Lindsey Graham. Exactly. Any of these M and F'ers that try to act like we were always there. No, you weren't. No. The Dems who voted to ensure all green. Yes, exactly. I said, were you with me when I was 4 and I had my open heart surgery? It spelled, of course. Oh, Brian, that's awesome. Okay, Opal Girl, thank you. Probably I can get to it through your channel as well, right? Right? I'll follow you back so I remember. Spirit Navigator, Alchemist, Energy Healer, Dreaming Woman, 4 a.m. Club. Love that, Opal Girl. Love that. Okay. Anyone possibly able to blow? Oh, gosh. Sorry, DC. Ryan Evanoff, maybe Reagan or John Wayne. I don't know what that means. Slot skins. Whoever else is, whoever else, you guys, who else is it? What's that guy's name? John Fetterman. He is not a Democrat. He's not a Democrat. Like, he's not. I remember thinking that when I first saw him, I go, that guy's not a Democrat. And someone's like, yeah, he is. And I was like, I don't think he is. Like, I had a very strong feeling about it. I was like, he's not, though. And now, look, he's totally voting against stuff. So, no. No. But, all right. So, remember, this is the powerful full moon night, lunar eclipse. It's the group of blueberries. Revolution Washington has a list. Oh, good. Does he? K-Bear. Okay, I'm going to pin that. Thank you. A group of blueberries. Oh, is that the 10 that voted against green? It's beyond that, though. I think, yes, that, thank you. I know what that is because I reposted it. I have those 10 names, and I'm going to remember them. Luckily, none of them were in Arizona, because there were a couple Californias. I remember that one. We need to know that, remember them, because that's disgusting, because the Democrats didn't censure, what's her face when she did it, MTJ, or what's her name? Marjorie Taylor Greene. Anyways, did the same thing, if not worse. Like, she was just talking shit, and he was actually speaking for people. He was speaking for people and speaking the truth. And I think that that's horrible, but that's the way that they've been. They've been awful like that. So we need to remember these 10, but also we need to remember there's other ones. And that's what my guidance is telling me. It's saying there are other ones that are really good at hiding who they really are. And they're flying under the radar, and they're kind of being undetected right now. So let's just look for it, pay attention to it. That's my guidance. Hi, DC. I call Fetterman every day, asked him to put that unusually large spine of his to good use. Danielle. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, there's definitely more K Bear. I feel like there's more. MTG Butch Body. That's right. That's right. I gotta put the puzzle piece together. Okay, Bubba, are you still in here? I want to chuck you up. Bubba, 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 Bubba. Sorry it took so long. I wanted to like talk about the moon. I want to talk about the energy, and now I want you to come up if you want to come up. Okay. Please tell me you're still here, Bubbas. I want you to come up, Bubbas. Let me look here. Yes. Woo! Hi, Bubba.
Hey,
Let me turn the camera on.
I don't want to turn on my camera if that's okay.
What? You are
I'm
so
sorry.
cute.
Thank you.
All right.
I didn't sleep well last night, and I
Me
feel kind
neither.
of icky. But I said I'll come up for a little short, hot second.
Good. So we were talking about, you know, you have a lot of like you have a lot of basically psychic abilities, I think, but you don't see it that way or you've never really looked at it that way, but you're starting to realize maybe you do because it's like a lot.
hmm
Um
Ever
and you
since I
wanted to
was
tell
like
me, I'm sorry?
I was just gonna say when I was really young, I was very different, and I guess some people would look at it as like autism or something, or odd. I was very odd as a child, but I was very sensitive. So I would always notice things or feel things, or like when I was around people, I can feel like I was in tune to everything and noise bothered me. And I was very different, but I remember I was able to see things that other people couldn't see. And I was able to, my very first experience was when like my father he passed away when I was 9, and then I the very next day I was asleep on the couch, and I remember feeling like something petting me on my head, and I woke up and looked around and nobody was around me, and I was like, what is this? and
Wow.
and so that's when it started, and then I got older and things just started getting a little bit different. Like I started getting more in tune and questioning things and trying to understand things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, is this something that you want to explore?
Yeah, I do. I just, to be honest, like it's a fear for me because it's something that and this is just being honest, it's something that I just never really just dove into. Like society tell us to, it's just not normal. So I've always kind of like had my secrets, and I just never talked about them. But I've always kind of knew things and felt things. I had memories that haven't happened yet, and like I would know things or see things in my head that like with a vivid picture, and then it'll play out the way that I thought it. But it's not always, and it's not on demand, and it's not controlled, and it's just kind of like random, and it depends on like the season that I'm in, like how I'm feeling and things like that. But
I actually, chat, tell me if you disagree. I actually believe that that's more normal. That it's more normal that it's not on demand, that it just comes when it comes, and that
Mhm.
you just have certain visions or insights that just come to you, and you're not you don't like, I don't know, people who can like draw it up on command and go, let me
Mhm.
think about it. Like I think that's a different kind or a different level. Maybe they've
Yeah.
worked at it for a long time, but I
But
feel
I've
like it's
seen
just
like
coming to you
psychics.
as natural or it's
Yeah.
normal.
hmm I've seen psychics that like online and stuff, like they can do it on demand, like they can tune in or something and like do stuff. I'm like, I don't know. I don't even try. I don't say I'm a psychic. I don't even really, I guess, claim to be a medium or nothing like that. But I do know that I have family members that, they'll ask me questions. They'll say, hey, can you come over and get a vibe on this person and tell me your insight? And I'm like, sure. they'll say it like indirectly, but it really is using me for that. But we just don't say it's that, if that makes sense what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I feel like it's like being a musician. It's
Hmm.
like, where you might play a melody and you're like, wow, where'd that come from? Versus someone saying, can you play that new Billie Eilish song and you being able to play it? Like, it's a bad analogy. I don't know why I used it, but I feel like it's like once you use that muscle, you know how to tap right into it and you know how to go into the flow.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're not really trying and it just happening for you, that's how it happens. It happens as these flashes of knowing that you don't even know where it came from. Like
Yeah,
you see something,
exactly.
you feel something, you're not sure where it happened from. You're like, where's that coming from? But if you want to develop it, which I've been developing mine,
Hmm.
it's been a cool journey. I like it. I like developing it because then it's like more like in here when someone tells me someone's passed on or something and I feel an energy, I've been trying to sit with it for a second and see if I lock into it.
Hmm.
And it's been happening, like where I lock into it and I'll hear or see something.
Hmm.
Whereas usually I've been like, well, I don't know, it either comes or it doesn't come. Lately I've been like, I want to explore that and I want to work on that. So you have to kind of open yourself up to it, not be afraid of it, know how to protect yourself, and then just try it. Try little things and keep growing at it, and it gets stronger and stronger. Although yours sounds pretty strong from our conversation last night.
Hmm.
Yours sounds really strong.
You
Like,
talking about with when we spoke about Femi or whatever?
yeah, that, I mean, so many things. All the examples you gave me are all very solid, strong. Thank you, Lupe. Solid, strong examples of spirit, you being connected to another level of energy.
Yeah. I do want to tell you about the very like first time I've ever seen the very first time like where you know my life had changed. I was like 15 or 16 years old. Um, I was laying in the bed. Um, I was in deep sleep. And you know how like in your room, how you have like your TV and you have the little red light on your TV. It's like a little dot, like a little, you can see like my TV had a green one, but you can see like the shadows in your room from the light, and then the street light from my window was gleaming through the shade. So it was dark, but I was able to see in my room like the corners and shadows of things, if that makes sense what I'm saying.
Yes,
And
perfectly.
so I would all I remember is I was facing the wall on my bed, sleep, and then I stretched and I rolled over to the opposite side, and I opened my eyes and I saw two elbows on the edge of my bed with with two hands under the chin and like a head laying in the chin, and I was looking at it and I was saying to myself, am I dreaming right now or am I asleep? And then I was still dizzy like, and then I moved my head a little bit to the right, and then I saw like the edge of the head and the edge of the hands and the arm, and I was like and it just kind of like, I don't know, and it was still there as I was in shock, and then I blinked and kind of woke up a little bit differently, like real woke, and then it was gone. And I turned on the lights and I ran out of the room, and I was like, "What was I dreaming or was I asleep or what did I just?" I didn't know what had happened, but ever since that day, I learned that there's a certain kind of like frequency or a certain kind of level of like it's something you can do within your body, like to go to a certain kind of vibration to get in tune to that level or frequency or dimension or whatever. And as I've gotten older, I've figured out how to kind of allow my brain to relax into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
like
sometimes,
meditation. Yeah.
yeah, it's like a deeper type thing, like a meditative level. Yes.
Yep.
And so, like, as I've gotten older, I've seen things like now it's like every other week I see something, and I just no big deal. As long as it's not like if I feel that I never feel bad energy around me. Probably because I do a lot of things. Like I I pray over my house. I put prayer water by my door. I do a lot of things. I put like energy into my house, like to make it very like peaceful.
Good night, Lindsay. It's good seeing you. Yeah, that's good. Do you did you, I mean, if you think about it now, do you recognize that person at all that you saw?
It was. I don't know how to make this make sense either, but I recognize the energy.
Oh my
Not
God, I love that. You're so much more advanced than you think you are.
so. What I'm
I
saying is,
recognize the energy. Do you know how advanced that is to say that?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't. I just know what I'm
I know.
feeling.
That's why I know you're genuine because you're
Yeah.
not just saying the jargon. You're actually like speaking from a
Yeah.
place of knowing. So, anyways, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You recognize the energy.
So like when you see things, you normally feel them first anyway. Like something will tell you to look or something's there, but you can feel like I felt that it was my father just being there. He just wanted to check on me. He was looking at me and he didn't realize that I could see him. Or maybe he did. I don't know. I don't know. But it was I really couldn't see his face. I just saw the edges, but I felt scared at 16 years old because it was new to me, but not scared in a way like I felt like I was in danger. It was more like shock because somebody's in the room with me.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I would say to anyone listening to this also, like, I always have to remember that not everybody is far along on the journey of this kind of awareness or, connecting in and knowing what to do about all this kind of stuff. And so you're a reminder to me that we're not all like, I don't know, sometimes I get where I'm like, we already figured that part out. We're already over here. But there's a lot of people who are probably coming to my lives who don't talk about this kind of stuff, but have some experiences, whether
Yeah.
it's about dreaming about someone that they loved that they lost, or being able to see people like what you can do, like see people and feel energies and speak
Yeah.
telepathically and stuff like that. Not knowing what you're doing, you have no idea that you're doing it, but it's happening.
Well, that
Um,
was debatable last night when we were saying the speaking telepathically thing. Because like you said it could be one, it could be all of them. But just to give everyone a back part of the story,
yeah.
um about I used to take care of this client named Femi, and Femi had cerebral palsy and autism, and Femi was nonverbal, and Femi, um I don't know how to say this, but I guess I think he could read my mind, or I could read his mind, or I'm not really sure, but I'll tell everybody what happened. So I was sitting in the chair beside him, and it was time for bath time for him to take a bath. And in my brain, I thought in my head, I said, I need to go to that drawer, the second drawer, and grab the towel and a washcloth, take it into the bathroom, and I need to get Femi in the tub because his parents will be here soon, and I wanted to make sure he was at least washed and dressed and everything. So um, in my head, I saw the color of the towel, which was red, and the color of the washcloth, which was blue, and but I never had been in that drawer to know like I didn't know what color it was. I just knew that the towels and washcloths was in one of the drawers because the mom had said it's in the drawers over there. But I knew it was that second drawer, and I knew the color of it, and things like this I question because I don't know if he sent me. But I'll tell you what happened. So Femi crawls off of the bed, walks over to the drawer, grabs a red towel out and a blue washcloth, crawls over to my lap and lays it on my lap. And then my heart was in my stomach, and I was looking at him and looking at the towels, and I was like, what the freak is happening? Like, it kind of threw me a loop, like big time. Like, and in ways I kind of thought like maybe he sent me the images because he knew what they were, and then in a way I had memories that hadn't happened yet, and I kind of maybe knew what I just had it and he saw it in my head, or maybe it was, I don't know. Things like this I haven't really figured out, but there's
That's
something with
telepathy,
it.
communicating without words.
Or maybe we shared something. Maybe he knew the colors and things, and I don't really
But
know.
that's still telepathy.
Oh,
Telepathy
okay.
is communicating, whatever that is. Like you're
Yeah.
communicating energy, so it's not always like a specific phrase. It's
Mm-hmm.
just a knowing. Like you just sometimes it's something as simple as yes or no, or sometimes it could be like red towel, blue washcloth. I mean,
Yeah.
it could be anything. Um,
Now I have had my own, visions and memories and feelings, and feeling like a higher power is talking to me to give me, you know, uh, a sign, or somebody's telling me something, or just knowing something before it happened. But this was different because I felt like, and I don't do this often with people because there's not many humans that I'm able to mind with like that. But and to be honest with you, and forgive me for no offense, like I didn't look at Femi as intelligent. I didn't know until that day, and then I realized, I was like, whoa, he's actually way intelligent. This is something that is not talked about like in schools, and this is something bigger.
Well, I
This
think that
is
that's what that podcast, the telepathy tapes, is awakening in the masses. Is how those on the spectrum with autism actually
Mhm.
communicate, and they're very aware of everything. They just communicate
Mm.
differently.
Yeah.
And before we learned language, and in the spirit world, we communicate through energy. The energy of a towel, the energy of going up or going down, or hot, cold, or whatever. It
Mhm.
was only through being a human over the years that you learn how to articulate that energy
Mhm.
into language, so then you can communicate with another person. But ultimately
Mhm.
we can still communicate with each other with energy. If we really wanted to develop that, we
Mhm.
could. And so that has always been there, and I think that that's what's so great about this awakening too, is that people are realizing that these special needs people are actually very advanced in terms of being pure at the energy communication. So,
I have a question for you.
yeah.
Have you ever thought of someone in your mind, and you haven't spoken with them in a long time, and you can see their face,
Mhm.
there is something about the way you feel the energy, like you really want them, you feel them, and then they call your phone right
Oh,
when you're
yeah.
thinking of them.
Oh, all
Has
the
that ever
time.
happened to you?
Oh, all the time. And
Me
also, I'll be
too.
taking a nap, and at the end of my nap, I'll see my dad. I haven't thought about my dad in a while. I'll see my dad's face.
Wow. Mhm.
And then I wake up and I look, and my dad just texted me. So it's the
Wow.
energy of the
Yeah, that
text.
happens to me too.
Yeah. It's
Hmm.
the energy of him reaching out to me, is the energy. My subconscious is aware of energy. And so I'm like, oh yeah, this
You'll
makes
either get
sense.
it before it happens, or you'll realize that it happened, and then you'll look at your phone and say, "Oh shit, he texts."
Yep.
Yeah.
And in my visitation dreams from Derek and even my brother and my grandfather, when they visit me in my dreams, it's not a dream. I can tell the difference. It's not a dream. And
Mhm.
when they visit me, it's all telepathy. There is no
Mm.
talking. That's how I know it's not a dream. When it's a dream, people talk. But when it's a visitation, their energy is with me. We only communicate through our minds. And we're looking at each other and we're communicating, but we're not using our mouths, we're not using words. But as soon as I start to acknowledge that they're gone or dead, or once I start to say, wait, how are you? I can't believe you died. Like I'm freaking out. Once I acknowledge that thing that we're all thinking, maybe it's like the elephant in the room, the dream starts, the visitation ends. I get pulled out because I think because I make it back into the other reality of my body and me being alive in this physical form. By me talking, it pulls me back out.
Mhm.
And so I try not to talk when I have the dream. I try to just spend as much time as I can with them because it feels so good to be
Mhm.
around them. But yeah, it's all telepathic communication. There is no mouths moving, there's no words, but we fully understand each other. very
How do
clearly.
you know the difference between a dream that is like vivid and real versus like a regular dream, or is it all the same?
Well, for me, I've studied dreams my entire life because I had really, really bad night terror. First of all, I always had very vivid dreams,
Hmm.
positive dreams, but also I had night terrors in my early 20s. And so I had to kind of learn about dream analysis and try to figure it out because it was scaring everything out of me.
Hmm.
So for me, most dreams are is me on another dimension, another place, another time, space. And so when I come back, a lot of times it doesn't make sense because the things that I'm experiencing don't make sense in this lifetime, in this body. But I can tell the difference between that. And this is just my theory. Obviously, I'll never know. I won't know until I die. But my
Hmm.
theory is that some of my dreams are just the synapses firing, and I'm just tired and I'm stressed out. And it's like, I feel like it's my mind trying to figure out a conflict I'm having or something I'm worried about. It
Yeah.
doesn't feel otherworldly, it feels local, it feels surface. You know, it's the
Right.
difference between messing around with your computer or messing around on the internet.
It's relevant. It's something that's been on your mind or conscience.
Yeah. But I mean,
Oh.
I've had the spiritual travel dreams that are
Mhm.
also dealing with current events. So it's not that simple to say if it's something going on right now, then it's just a dream. No, because
Mhm.
sometimes I'm trying to solve something, or my guides are trying to show me something in my dreams, and that'll be like another world, like time travel, or I'm in space, or there's something else going on. But my dreams just feel silly. They feel
Uh-huh.
stressful. They feel like unclear,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think
Is
that's
it,
how
but
I
is the dreams, are you having like realistic, or can it be like non, like can it like drift into some silly stuff where you have to like interpret it later, or is it kind of like that's what's confusing to me is like when I dream, I always feel like there's something to it, but I don't know if it's real or not because it's so out there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I definitely, that makes sense. I think probably I want to say the most important thing with spirituality, with dream analysis, with all this stuff is your attitude towards it.
Okay.
If you keep saying, "Well, this is crazy. This is I don't
Mhm.
know what this is." You're never going to really like if you respect it and say, "There's obviously something here. I'm an
Mhm.
intelligent person.
Mhm.
The world is a vast place. Like, who knows what is really going on? Why are we here? Where do we go when we die? What is really happening? What is the nature of reality?" If you can really open your mind up to all that, then it's really not that weird. It's actually weird that we go into some kind of amnesia and go to work every day. That's the weird part. But
Mhm.
so, first place, I would say, thanks for the heart me. I would say is change the way you look at it, because that for me too is like, don't say it's weird, don't say it's crazy, just stop
Okay.
saying that, don't say that
Okay.
anymore. Just be
Okay.
like, I'm willing to look into this because obviously there's something intelligent, whether that's my higher self or my guides or whatever else. There's something trying to communicate with me. And that's what I felt like with my night terrors. I said, okay, obviously there's something
Mhm.
trying to communicate with me. And I'll learn dream analysis. And I was talking to my subconscious mind. I said, if you calm it down a little bit, like if you can tone down the intensity of the dreams, I'll learn. And it did. It became less scary and I got more knowledge. And so then from that point on, I like had a good relationship with my subconscious, and I actually thank it. When I wake up, I'm like, thank you. I love this. I love trying to decode the
Mhm.
language of energy, the language of my dreams. I love it. So I would say embrace it, look at
Yeah.
it as a good thing, learn as much as you can about how to do dream analysis that is not the stupid kind that say if you dreamt about a yellow shirt that means you're going to win the lottery. Not that kind. The kind that
Mhm.
actually talks about universal symbols and the way to decode energy, the way to look at it from the point of view of
That's
energy.
a good
That's the
way of
best. Yeah, keep
thinking.
a journal nearby. Exactly.
Yeah. I want to tell you about the eclipse thing that happened to me as well. So
Yes.
remember when the last was it last year when it went dark for like, was it 30 minutes to an hour or something, the big eclipse that happens only every, you only see it in one
Oh
lifetime or
yeah.
whatever. Um okay, so to give you a little bit of the backstory with that. So this was like a few months after my accident. For the people that don't know, I was in a car accident and I broke several bones throughout my body, and my feet both were broken, ankles, toes, metatarsals. I was pretty jacked up. But my goal was, I was alone at home. My partner was out of town, and I was determined I wanted to be on my back porch no matter what. It was a strong feeling that I had that I needed to be on the back porch, and I didn't care how I got there. I was going to crawl, I was going to roll in a wheelchair, I was going to be on my back porch because I had a strong feeling to be there. And so I remember I was kind of praying in my head a little, and I was kind of like, I don't know what this is. I get the strong feeling that I need to be out there. So I get out there. I crawled halfway. I kind of scooched the wheelchair out, and I got it. I got out there, and so I lit a white candle, and I have pictures, and I was so set up. I was in my zen. It was a very memorable thing. I lit a white candle on my green table that's on the back porch, and I had a piece of paper, and I wrote 5 things on it that I basically my prayers, and I folded them up, and I had it under the candle, and I sat on the back porch, and mind you, the day before, I had already had a vision. I call it memories that haven't happened yet.
I like
But
that.
but I had a vision that 2 things was going to happen to me. I saw an image of one person. It was something good and something bad. 2 things. And I was like, I was like, what is supposed to happen to me? I don't really understand this. Like it was some kind of danger or happiness, or it was something that was supposed to happen to me on the back porch, but I was so broken and torn anyway because I was just in this accident. I didn't care. I was like, well, God, if you're gonna let something happen to me, it's just gonna happen. I'm going out there because this is a one in a lifetime thing, and I'm going out there. I want to be out there. So the vision I had in my head though was I kind of saw a person walking up to me, and and like saying like a person saying hello, and I saw them waving at me. I saw this in my head the day before, and then the second thing that I saw in my head was um it didn't happen, but I saw a man with a knife, and I saw him screaming, and he was doing something, and I felt like it was not exactly the way that it was. I don't know. Like I just felt like there was 2 things like on opposite things that was going to happen. And so but I had already told God. I was like, "Look, if you're going to hurt me and I'm already damaged like this, then it is what it is. This is just not right. Like I'm already broken. I can't be broken no more. I have 14 broken bones. My ribs is broken. I'm broke up. Like if it's going to happen, it's going to happen." I just didn't care.
Right.
So I sat out there, and I was in meditative state. The black it had started going dark, and the feeling I told you when I see like the feeling you have when you're at that low frequency when you see things. I was at that low frequency, like or fast frequency or whatever you call it, that frequency when you see things.
The
I was in
meditative state,
I
you
was in
mean?
the meditative state.
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
there, fully
Wow.
there.
Yeah.
And a car had pulled up. It was a neighbor that I never met before, pulled into their driveway. They never had spoken to me before. Never. I normally just, you know, I don't really speak to my neighbors unless they speak to me, and they're across the way there. But the neighbor pulled into their driveway and started walking toward me, and I was like, okay. I was like, okay, this is the vision I had. I was like, God, is this what you're wanting to show me? Like, is this a
Wow.
knife? Is this a knife thing? Is it what's gonna happen? And so, walks up to me. How are you doing? I was like, I'm doing all right. How are you? Oh, it's all right. I'm enjoying this eclipse thing. This is pretty cool. I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool. And and then it was just short and brief, and then they left, went in the house. And I was like, okay, that happened like in my mind. And then my heart kind of was like, okay, what's gonna happen now? Because The vision showed me that something was bad supposed to be on the opposite end of this thing. Okay, so I didn't see anybody else for like I didn't see anybody else. But what I did see is a pit bull walking down the hill. Well, it was kind of galloping at a fast pace down the hill. And then he kind of came up on my porch. Like, I have 3 stairs. Boom, boom, boom. And I remember thinking in my head, I was like, well, God, I can't run. I can't fight no dog. I got broken wrists, broken fingers, broken feet. If this dog dragged me off this porch, there's nothing I can do. But I remember the dog came up on the porch and I was in meditative state, like fully without any kind of fear in my heart. I looked the dog right in the eyes and I could see the dog's pupils. The dog looked at me right in my pupils. And I remember saying in my head to the dog, I said, you are cute. I love your eyes. And I just said that to the dog. And it's a pit bull. Like I should be scared, but I was already broken that I wasn't scared. I just was like, I said, I said it in my head. You are cute and I love your eyes. And I could feel the dog's connection, like the energy, like the same way I feel. It was the first time I ever felt like a dog's energy, the same way I feel it when I see a spirit. I
Mm.
can't explain what I'm saying, but I know what I'm saying. And so,
You're explaining things perfectly clearly.
okay.
Yeah, you're great.
And so the dog, I said in my head, I told the dog, I said, "You're okay. Go home." Just like that. I said, "Go home," with a strong voice. In my head. The
Yeah.
dog the dog immediately within a split second ran down the stairs of my porch and ran back up the hill. And I remember thinking, God, was that the second part of was this a test? Like, what was this? What was this? I had a vision of two people and a person with a knife, but it wasn't a knife.
Mm.
And to this day, I never understood that. But the second part of this story is like after the eclipse had passed the sun and it was halfway in my brain, or not. Well, I'm gonna just say what I saw. The same way I see spirits, like silhouette, where you can see through them, but you can still see them, but you can see through them.
Yeah.
Like I looked in the sky and I saw two like two large birds that were not of this world that were flying, and they were flying away across the sky. And I remember thinking to myself, and I was pointing my phone up trying to get a picture, and it was so blurry, and I was getting so upset because I couldn't make my phone get it. And I'm looking at it, and it's so clear, but and I remember thinking like, and the air felt so my skin was tingling, and I was in this meditative state, and my candle was going, and the dog had just happened, and I was just like, that day was so meaningful for me, and everything that I wished and prayed for on my paper came true. By the way, all
Mm.
5 of them.
Wow.
But yeah, I manifested the shit out of those. I don't know how I did that, but I did it. And that at that day, I learned that your words and your beliefs have power, and you can control your frequency, and we can control this world with our mind. And I
Yeah.
didn't understand that until that day.
Mm.
And so, yeah, but that's the end of the story. But like, I never really understood the dog person thing, the vision thing, or the pterodactyls, but that happened.
Maybe they're all trying to help you wake up to your power. Maybe you haven't fully stepped into what you're meant to do with that yet. And maybe each one is trying to get you to remember who you are and what your real true power is. And the thing with the dog, I love dogs and I rescue pit bulls. So for me, I was like, oh, what did you say to him again about his eyes?
I said, your eyes are so pretty, so beautiful. And I remember looking at the pupils, like they were so, like I could see his pupils, but his eyes was like a human eyes almost. It was so pretty.
So that's what we need to say when we come across people we don't like. You have such beautiful eyes,
Mm. Yeah.
right?
Maybe the energy or something behind that.
Change it up.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Anyone in the chat have anything to say to Bubba about his budding? Not budding. I feel like you're at a higher level, but your embracing of it might be bubbling, or what do you call it? Not bubbling, beginning, I guess. Yeah, I really feel like it's about you. It's about whether or not you want to step into that or not. You
Yeah.
have these abilities, you have this, you know, it's been shown to you so many different ways. You
Yeah,
don't
it
ever have to do
has.
anything with it. You,
I haven't tried to do anything
yeah,
with it.
you can live your whole life, Bubba, without ever doing anything with it. You
Yeah,
can just,
I typically don't like it when I'm in your lives. Like the last time I was up live, I usually don't like comment on spiritual things. I normally don't even like go like even when you're talking about spiritual things, I normally don't even get into it because the truth, the honest truth is I don't understand it. I don't. It in the last like 2 years it's been like happening more though. So I know that I think the reason that I'm attracted to your live is because I know that there's something to this because it's happening to me.
yeah.
And so but I don't understand it, so I just don't know how to dive into it, if that makes sense.
Well, I would say to keep your mind open. You don't have to force an answer to what it is. You can ask your guides, like you can go into meditation. I would
Mhm,
say start meditating every day at a certain time if you don't already, as close
mhm,
to the time as possible, maybe
mhm,
before you go to bed. And I would just say, ask your guides, like, is there anything you need me to know right now today? Is there
mhm.
something that I should know about my abilities today or right now? Like, I would just put these little things out there and then just let it
That's
be
a good
silent and
idea.
see what comes.
It's a really good idea. I never
Yeah.
thought to like dive into it deeper.
Yeah. And I think everyone that's been drawn to my lives and to the other spiritual people's lives, or any spiritual person's videos, books, anything, I think that's a sign that your soul is guiding you there. You're ready
Mhm,
for it. You want to do that. And you know, I I feel like it's very important that I create this space of people like you, and
mhm,
from advanced people that are really already doing this, maybe even as a living, all the
mhm.
way to people who are like you, who are just like, I don't know, I've had these feelings, I've had these things happen. Like, I want to create a space for everybody, not just people who know the jargon. And so if you feel like unsure of yourself and you're like, I don't know, I feel kind of weird because I'm not really sure, like, I just want you to know you're
Well, I was
perfectly fine here.
Googling pterodactyls in the sky after it happened. I was trying to figure out like, did anybody else see what I saw? And I was like, I gotta figure out like if I'm crazy. Like I don't want to make myself to feel like I'm not normal. And so I just want validation. And so I'm like searching for other people with the experiences. I
Mhm.
think I saw one other clip where they said they saw something in the sky, but it wasn't the two big birds. So I don't know. Like,
Yeah, I
you
think
know what I'm saying?
that's for your mystery to you need everyone has a mystery to solve in their lives.
And I
And
saw it like I see you.
yeah, I believe you.
I saw it like I see you.
I 100% believe you. And I also think that you maybe need to surround yourself with people who embrace the mysteries of life more, because if you're the weird one in your life, then you're always gonna see what you see as weird, instead of
Mhm,
being like, actually, and I'm not kidding when I say this, I feel like if people can cut off all of reality, like looking up into the stars and the
mhm,
sky, thinking about where we came from and where we go when we die. If you can cut all that out and
mhm.
just live a life like this and go to work every day and pay your
Yeah.
bills, I don't understand that. I don't know how you can do that. I could never do that. I tried, and my dreams were always extremely crazy and whatever. And like I had feelings and visions. And so it's like I could never do that. So for people who can do that, that's great, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes I think it's a waste of being here and not being in touch, but that's their path. But if you do have a calling, or something is happening to you like this, that's
Mhm,
something bigger coming into your life, waking you up, calling you, trying to remind you of who you really are and why you're here. It'd be a shame for you not to listen to it, not only for yourself, but for the world, because you came here for a reason. And you're going to shortchange all the people on your path that are meant to receive whatever it is they're meant to receive from you waking up and speaking out. Like right now, you talking about this in here, you've
Mhm.
helped so many people that are never probably going to say it, that are in the chat right now, or they're going to watch the replay later on YouTube. You're going to help so many people because they're going to be like, wow, I kind of feel like that too. And the more people that can kind of honor this, the better. It's going to be a good thing. I want to read a couple of the comments that came through. K
Sure.
Bear said, deciphering dreams and visions takes practice to understand, like everything else. And Jessica said, I teach a development class, but yes, a daily practice is necessary. So connect with Jessica if you want to know more about, what she has to offer, because that might be great too. And she has a very, you've seen Jessica come up, right? She has a very
Oh,
like
yeah.
non-judgmental, loving, grounded energy, and that's a great place to start. And people in the spiritual community can be judgmental. They can be, you think that they're all advanced and they're all in this great place. They
Right.
People in the spiritual community have problems too. You can have developed skills over here and then not have very good skills over here. So find the people you resonate with. Sandy
Mhm.
says there are so many people that are afraid to let other people know that this is happening to them. Exactly.
It's so true. Because I know I'm afraid to really
Yeah.
just open up to tell people details because it kind of comes across as odd. But I mean, I know things though.
Yeah.
Things like I
But
have some.
it's not without reason to be afraid. People have been
Mhm.
burned at the stakes because we talked like this. We were
Mhm.
persecuted, men and women, but mostly women. You can't talk like this in back then. And now we're probably, maybe that's why some of us are being activated right now. Maybe we were of a different time when we were being persecuted and we died in those lifetimes, and we're here now to
Mhm.
like wake up and to like wake other people up and be like, don't let them seal off spirit, because what they're trying to do in the government is like become all just about money and greed. Like I often think about when I look at Tangerine and Elon and all that, and I think they're acting like there's no afterlife. They're acting like as long as they don't get caught here, they're going to be fine. I always think about what their life review is going to be like. And I don't believe in like punishment necessarily. I believe in karma. I believe in like they're going to feel like shit about their own selves when they're doing their life review, and they're like, why did I waste all those resources and all of that, all the things I was given? I wasted it on myself, which was like a black hole that never got filled, and I
Mhm.
took from people, and people were hurting, people were scared, people died because of
Mhm.
me and because of me not being able to be loving, towards the world. So
Mhm.
they're going to feel that, they're going to face that. And but I think in the meantime, we all have to wake up and realize we have a voice and we can fight. We can fight for this. I want to read what Truck Tracer said. Embrace yourself and accept your gifts, but ask your guides to slowly show you what you need to do.
It does feel overwhelming.
It is overwhelming. It is. It
Especially like
is.
the eclipse day or that day when, remember I told you about my friend Megan? I had the vision of her in a red car
Yep.
waving at me. And then I remember I told you, I was like, she doesn't even like red. She hates red. She would never drive a red car. And then she looked at me and she's like, you just had a vision. I was like, how did you know? And she's like, and I was like, I don't really know if it's a vision though. She was like, just tell me. And I was like, I saw you in a red car, a SUV waving at me. She's like, really? I said, where's your car at right now? She said, it's in the parking lot. And I'm looking over in the coffee shop trying to see her car. And I'm like, okay, I see it. It's not red. She's like, yeah, you'll never see me drive a red car. But apparently I will be because she believes in my abilities more than me.
Good. I'm glad you have a friend like that.
Oh yeah, she does. And for sure, like literally the next week, she was like, you're never gonna believe this. I was like, what? She sent me a picture of the rental car keys and the car, and it was a red SUV. And she said it was the only car that they had, and that her car had broke down, and that she had to take it because she didn't want to. She didn't have no option. It was the only one they had.
Yeah.
And I was just like, and it's overwhelming to me because I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking like, this is not normal. This is not people like I guess it's me. I don't want I guess I guess I have fear in this because I was told it's not normal, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
yeah,
And I think that it must be part of your soul's plan to come here and that, like your soul was like, okay, so at a certain point, start to wake me up. Start to have visions come to me that won't make sense to me, but will be
mhm,
like breadcrumbs for me asking more questions. And that'll lead me to opening up to my full power, and maybe that was part of your soul's plan.
maybe.
Charjoy said, absolutely, you find the things you need and your soul is ready to absorb. Um,
How does it benefit you if you can't control what you want from it? Like I would like to be able to do it on demand. Like I want to kind of see the future for myself and my benefits. Like why do I get random stuff about random people and random stuff, you know?
Well, that's a good question. And I think because as humans, our ego gets involved and what we want, we don't have the full picture in mind of what, everything's about balance in the universe of energy. And sometimes if we're just left to just get whatever we want, if we were able to do that all the time here in the physical world, something else would be off kilter. So that's why our higher self, our guides, they understand it from a bird's eye point of view. And so what we get is more aligned with our soul's path and it doesn't leave like a footprint, like an energetic footprint, because it's not good to just get what you want. We think that's what we want. I mean, think of all the times that you wanted something more than you ever, like you were just like, I'd do anything to have this. And
Right.
later on, it was proven that it was actually better that you didn't get it.
Oh yeah, good point.
It's man's rejection is God's protection. Sometimes it's like we need to not be able to get what we want because we're limited here. We're limited by our fear of survival and our ego and our needs and like what we think we need and all that. But ultimately the universe provides, and life is an interesting path. And I think that there's just a lot of mysteries to life. And I think that
I
we don't
have
always know the whole picture.
I have figured out one thing when it comes to the vibrating frequency thing, and I literally figured that out last year for the first time. And you had brought it up, I think, in another live another day, or maybe today. I'm not sure. You had
It's all
mentioned,
blending together.
yeah, you had mentioned water or something with water, frequency water or something. But I will tell you this: most of the visions or the memories that haven't happened yet that play out clear that I have are when I'm in a bathtub. I normally take a Epsom salt bath, or if I'm in a swimming pool, or if I'm
Mhm.
like something to do with water. I figured it out. Like water, I don't know. Like
It unlocks something for you.
when I'm laying in water, and if I can
Like
go in
in your
another,
profile picture.
yeah,
We're all
exactly.
looking at you laying in water.
Exactly. I'm in a swimming pool. Um, literally, it's something to do with water. Um, I have the most clearest. I mean, it's not on demand, but when I do see it, when I get a vision, or when I get a, I guess I can call it vision. See, I'm still getting used to those kind of words because I don't know. But when I am laying in water and I see something really really clear like that, and I'm in water, I know without a doubt that it's going to happen because it's water connected to it.
Mm.
It's something about the frequency of water. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, water is.
Water.
Have you seen the experiments they do with water, where they look at water in a glass? There's
Mm-mm.
whole experiments done on this. Google it when you get off, but
Okay, I
they'll look
will.
at it and send the water love, and they'll have loving thoughts. They'll just send loving thoughts to water. In another glass, they'll send evil thoughts to it, like hateful
Hmm.
thoughts. And the water that was sent love, and they look at it like under a microscope, has the most beautiful like imagery of what it looks like. And the one that
Wow.
they sent negative energy to looks completely horrid. It looks totally terrifying.
Wow.
And there's just these amazing studies. There's one guy in particular, if anyone remembers his
I
name.
saw a plant like that or something. You,
Yeah, plants too. I
yeah.
remember that one where everyone had a piece of paper and everyone in the classroom, there was a plant in front of the classroom and you pulled it out, and if you were the killer, you didn't tell anybody. You pulled the thing out and it says killer. You don't tell anybody, and later on that night you go back with a pair of scissors and you just look at the plant, which is also mostly water, but there's a consciousness with plants also. And you don't actually cut it. You just look at it and think about cutting it. You're just like, I'm going to cut you up. I'm going to chop you all up. And you're just thinking that. And then the next day, each student was brought in and they had the plant hooked up to an EKG.
Mm.
And the thing was normal, normal, normal. And as soon as the killer came in, the EKG went crazy for the plant because it remembered that's the one that wants to chop me up. That's so
Yeah.
there's so much more to everything. That's why I'm saying there's mysteries to life that we haven't even remotely gone into. And people love to circle the drain of like what's known and keep
Hmm.
talking about what's known, what's known, what's known, what's known, when
Humans
all
are
of that
made
isn't
of
even what's
water.
known. What?
Humans are made of mostly water.
Yeah, exactly. So K Bear said, Bubba, you definitely have blessings to give. Brian said, I can never remember my dreams and it's so frustrating. I've always been that way. Maybe you can ask your guides to say, I want to start remembering my dreams. Can that happen? And say that every single night and have a dream journal next to you. I can help you with that, Brian, because that happened to me. I'm going through a period of time where I have really incredible dreams, but when I wake up, I can tell I'm not supposed to remember them. I think it has to do with what's going on with the politics. Cat
Mm.
Mojo, we're all going to realize our gifts soon and understand how we help others with our consciousness. Exactly. Phil, Blue Buddy. Pretty soon will be understood and accepted. Yes. It won't be perceived as odd for much longer. Too many are waking up with gifts, Jessica said. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, and I mean, I think that that's part of what's happening politically. It's not separate. That's why in my lives I talk about politics and spirituality. And that's why a lot of accounts are like that. You guys
Mhm.
know a lot of them, the 4 a.m. club people, the dreaming women people. It's not separate. Politics is people and it's about people power and Pluto and Aquarius and all this. I mean, there's so many people waking up to their gifts and not knowing, like, is this even really something? Like, I don't really know what's happening. Like, yes, it is something. Welcome. We've been waiting for you. What's your gift? And we don't know yet. Sometimes you don't know what your gift is, and it also evolves. So you might have figured out what it was in the beginning, and maybe, a year from now, it'll be something different. 3 years from now, it'll be something different again. So it's important to just be open to whatever it could be.
Yeah.
Crystal with a K says, if you write down, hi, Crystal, if you write down your dreams, you're training yourself to remember them. So any part that you want to remember, you just start writing it down. And then even if it's just like hamburger, blue sky, laughter, and that's all you remember. And then the next day you might remember a little bit more and just keep training yourself. And then it's like your conscious mind doesn't know that you want to remember it always. So if you're training that connection, that's what helps.
I love that science backs up a lot of these claims, you know?
Hmm.
Like when you explain like the plants and the water and, cuz
When's your birthday? What's your sun sign?
I am February 17th Aquarius.
That's the water bearer.
I have a mason jar on the front at my front door right when you first walk in. Spirit, something in me told me like one random day I had a voice in my head say, "Go to the kitchen, fill up this jar with water, and screw the top on it, and place it at your front door to the right. So when people come in and out of your door, you're protected." And I'm like, that's weird. Like who? And I never tell people why it's there. But I listen to the voices in my head. So I just kind of prayed over that water and I said, anything that is not welcome into my home, when it come in contact to this water, I want it to run out. I do not want bad energy in my house. I don't know if I cast a spell on the water. I don't know if it's just God, I don't know. But the other day, the plumber came to my house and he stopped at my door and he just looked down at the jar. He's like, "What do you have that right there for?" And I remember looking at him in his eyes and I was like, "Oh, it's just something I my grandma used to do and I do it too." And I just said it like that just to, and then he was like, "But why?" And in my mind and in my feelings and in his energy that I was feeling, I felt that he was feeling fear in his heart and in his mind. And I'm like, "What is this?" And
I
why is he
accidentally
so
sent an invite.
concerned?
Just ignore that. I hate that when that happens. I was trying to scroll. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out like why he is so invested in a jar of water. Why is it bothering him?
Well, first of all, Aquarius is an air sign. It's not a water sign, even though it's the water bearer. But
Hmm.
your rising could be a water. You could have a lot of strong other,
I'm a
water.
Pisces cusp, is what I was told.
Okay, yeah, that because that's water. But wait, is your grandmother still alive?
She passed away.
That's the person that I felt with you last night.
Okay.
That I told you. I said
Yeah, you
grandmother question mark.
said.
As soon as you said your grandmother with the jar, I was like, that's who I felt last night. That's what
Yeah.
I felt, a woman energy around you that, yeah.
My grandma was she's she's the only human that was kind of like me with the like she could like I would call her phone and she was like, I literally picked up the phone and I was about to call you. And I was like, oh, wow. Or like, she'll see something in the house. I'm like, I'm seeing it too. Like, we're seeing it at the same time. Or like, we're out grocery shopping and like, like, it's not like words in conversation, but like, we have a way to communicate. She's the only human that I was able to feel her energies as she would send them to me, and then I could send her my energies as well.
Okay, so I would say start talking to your grandmother and ask her to just say every night, maybe you already do this and you haven't thought about it as actually something that's brilliant, but just say, as you know, I have these gifts that you also had, and you knew that about me when you were alive, or when you were
Hmm.
in body form and physical realm. Can
Hmm.
you guide me to what my purpose is with these gifts now? What
Mm.
what do I need to know about this? Do I need to do anything with this? Should I develop it? Like, just start that dialogue with your grandmother, and like, it might take you a year to figure anything out. It's not going to come
That's
to you
good
all in one
advice.
moment.
I never thought to do it, but I want to do that.
Yeah, good. Well, I felt her energy last night. I saw a woman very strongly
Mm.
next to you. And
Yeah.
that's why I was like, there's a woman in your life, but I couldn't figure out who it was. Because I also see a younger woman too. There's almost two of them. There's an older one and there's a younger one.
Yeah, my aunt passed away too. They actually passed away like a week apart.
Oh my
So like,
God.
yeah, was my grandma called me and was like, my daughter just passed away in the bed next to me.
Oh,
And I had to leave work and go to get to her house, and we waited on the ambulance and everything to get there. But then the next week, it's just crazy. Like they
I'm
died.
so
Like,
sorry.
oh, it's okay.
That's
Like
hard though.
it was hard, and but I'm at me being a spiritual person. I don't know how to say this, but I'm gonna say it because I can say this to you because you understand. I
Right.
don't feel like endings are ending the way that people think of life as ending because me and my spirit, like the way I understand, I don't understand the crossover completely, but what I do know based on like how I see energy and based on like how I feel it and how I understand it in my 38 years of life, I feel like we shift to a different frequency or a different realm or different. I don't really understand it completely, but we don't die. We don't
Yeah.
die,
Hmm.
and I don't know how to make that make sense. But
No, I
that's.
remember when my grandfather died, my mom was crying on the phone. I was so happy. I was
Mm-hmm.
like 16. And I
Yeah,
remember thinking, this is so good. He's not
yeah,
stuck in his body anymore. And my mom
yeah.
was looking at me like I was an alien. Like, why would you talk like that?
No, no, no. I get it. I get
Yeah.
it. Because I feel like you remind me of myself. Because that's kind of how I felt too. Like when they passed away, I was crying from a selfish point of view, but in my heart and in the spirit realm, I was like, "You're okay, and you're still with me. I can feel our link still."
Mhm. See,
If
that's validating to me too, because I'm still discovering my abilities. The
yeah,
fact that I saw two women with you, but one felt like not physically larger, but the energy felt bigger and older. And then there was another one next to her. And I was
yeah,
like, am I am I trying to decide whether it's this one, or is it both? And I was going to tell you last night, I actually pictured two, but I was like, I don't want to say that. And then now I just said it, and look, it turns out there was
Yeah.
a situation where it'd be two. So I'm learning. I'm
It's
learning.
so cool. I love that. I love your gift. I wish I can learn to, you know, when you said make a goal for yourself on one of the lives before, I would like to make a goal to um be able to, cause like I see all these people, they come up in the live like the psychics and mediums and stuff. They have full control and like they can like kind of like know things on demand and stuff. And I'm not like claiming to be a psychic or a medium. I don't even like the titles. Like they kind of scare me honestly. But I would like to be like kind of like in the loop a little bit more, or knowing, or kind of control it a little bit, or kind of like have some benefit from it. Like I don't know. Am I allowed to say that, or is
No,
it?
absolutely. And I want to say that that's a key to knowing what your next steps are, is something that you want. So if you're like, I kind of really want that. I want that. Like if that's something you want, then that's your north, that's where you need to go. You need to head in that direction. But I
Yeah.
also want to say some psychics, especially online, are full of shit.
Oh yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
they're just sounding like, they've got it all together. And I'm sorry to say that, and I'm not trying to divide anybody. I'm trying to
Yeah.
literally be on the side of truth, because
Yeah.
people can make money from this, people can do whatever, and they
I
take
would
advantage of
never
people.
want to take money from no one. And I would never try to, I don't even want to try to do anything to, like, I know that there are people like you that like helping people with your gift. I don't necessarily want to, I mean, I don't, I love to help people, but I don't know if that's my calling to try to.
Well, you don't have to figure. I don't mean, even if someone charges, there's nothing wrong with charging for your abilities.
Yeah.
I actually don't. That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
And there are so many people that are so gifted that help so
Mhm.
many people with their gifts, and they either charge or they don't charge. They're
Oh.
online, they're not online, whatever, however it manifests,
Mhm.
that's fine. But sometimes some of the people that make it look extremely easy aren't always being truthful. Some of it's a performance, and
Oh.
it's not always like, and if you feel something's off when you're around them,
Yeah.
just pay attention to that, because that, even if maybe you just don't resonate with them where they're
If
at in
it
their
makes you
journey.
feel any better, the way that the way that my gift, whatever it is that I don't understand, I do feel that you are like me. Like when, like you're like Femi. You have, I can feel your, you are open. You have, I don't even know what I'm saying right now, but I know that you're like me. And that's all I can say.
Well, that's good, because I think you're great. So
I can
then I
feel
think
it.
you're great through thinking myself is I'm great through you. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I can feel, like I can just tell, like you're, the way you describe things, like when, like you said, when you go to the restaurant and they sit you right next to a person, why would they do that?
Yeah.
Why? And
I yeah. We're from
it's
the
like,
same planet.
yeah, it's like we feel other people's energy, and it can tap into our mind and into our soul and our spirits and stuff. And it's like, don't do like, but to the people that don't have the gifts or are not developed, they wouldn't understand you. They would think you're just being odd. Like, who does this? Like,
Yeah.
just be normal.
Hmm.
But it's normal for us to want space away from other energies
Well, I
because we can
describe
pick up
it
on it.
to people who don't understand. I describe my senses as, it's loud to me. It's like I'm hearing
Yes.
something that they're not hearing, but
Yes.
it's like a physical feeling, but it's loud. And so
Yes.
that's why I need to be in a dark room sometimes. That's why I need to not be
Yes.
around people, because it's so loud, the
Yes.
energy. It's like,
Exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh my God. You're like
Jessica,
me, I
I want to
swear.
tell you what Jessica said, because this is important. She was saying that your gifts can take you in many different directions, not always to work directly with others as a psychic or a medium. So you're just looking at what exists out there right now and thinking, well, I don't know if I'm that. Maybe I'm that. Like, I don't think I'm really like that either. I'm helping people, right? And also, you might be going through a season in your life where that's what you want to do because you want to help people, you feel called to doing that, but maybe you'll shift into something completely else with your gifts. It's not like once you acknowledge it and once it comes out, you have to be a psychic or a medium,
Right.
you know?
But I can feel like I know that you have the ability to dream and to see and to have to talk like I feel like your vibration is the same like like if I think like if you were with Femi that day, I think that you would have heard him just like I heard him
Hmm.
or it would have played out the exact same way for you.
Possibly. Yeah.
I think your brain is like mine.
Well, I
I
think
think
we're
so.
definitely we're resonating at a similar frequency, and I think that
Yeah.
that's what hopefully people that come into this live, we all sort of feel that way in a way. Like even if you're curious and you're not actually in this room and you're just looking from the FYP, which by the way I do that a lot. Um, There's nothing wrong with that. But even if you're just curious, there's some party that's resonating with something that you're hearing, whether it's from me or someone in the chat or someone that comes up here. There's a similar resonance. There's a resonating, and there's something to that. And there's a lot of people and we're awakening, everyone's awakening right now. And maybe we're all from the same planet and we've come here to like help the humans get through this time, but in order to help them we have to acknowledge our gifts that we thought we were just like everybody else. I mean, not so much me because I've been doing this for a while, but like earlier in my life I thought I was just like everybody else, and the more I started waking up to my abilities and my gifts, the more I realized I'm not a weird human. I'm an awesome spirit. Like there's a difference. If you measure me on this in the measurement of patriarchy, like we were talking about earlier, and
Mhm.
measure me on the level of being just a regular human being in America in 2025 and blah blah blah, you might have a certain measurement of me. But if you measure me from a spiritual point of view, it's like on another level maybe.
Yeah.
So that's how I think a lot of us are. We're like these incredible like X-Men superheroes,
Yeah.
but in the world we're like, oh, I don't know, we're like clumsy, we don't like noise, we don't want to be near
Exactly.
people.
And we're
We're
viewed as
of our
we
stuff.
can be viewed as that too. Like people can't, especially if they don't understand it. They're like, this person's just odd. They're like to their self sometimes, and then when they're around people, they kind of can be odd,
Yeah.
because we need what we need. We need time sometimes,
Yes.
sometimes, and we react different to plants and animals and to human energies. And I remember my cat before it passed away. His name was Ike. It was something about the cat. I almost like when I went into my meditative state, the cat kind of I could communicate with the darn cat. I don't know how to
Yeah.
make it make
No,
sense.
they live in the energetic field. They live there. That's why
Yeah,
we can,
like
yeah.
when they okay, how do I say this word to make sense? Okay, you know how like when I tell you like when I see things like I'm in a meditative state, right? And you know how like how do I say this? Like in your brain, like when you click over into that other thing, like your body is rested and meditative where you're tingling, but your mind clicks over into that other thing. Like when the cat does the eye glare thing with the see-through thing, like what they do the eye to turn on their thing too. Did you know what I'm talking about?
No, I didn't grow up with cats, so I'm still learning about cat
I
energy.
don't even know what I'm saying, but I know what I'm saying, but I never put it into English words before.
Right.
So like what I'm trying to say is cats have the ability to click into the thing that I do when I see the silhouettes. They
Right.
do it.
Right. They
And when they
definitely, I
do
mean,
that, I
dogs and
can
cats
feel
seem
them
to
and see
see.
them and hear them.
Yeah.
Like you can see when they click into it. Sometimes
Mhm.
their eyes will go to green or red or something.
Hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know about the
They'll
green
turn
or
on their
red,
little
but
thing.
I
They'll
have
turn on
seen, yeah, I have seen when an animal kind of shifts into
their
all of a sudden
thing.
they're looking at something and you're like, what's there?
They'll
Yeah.
do that, and then sometimes they'll turn on their little thing that they click over into, and then I can feel them when they click into it. I can't explain it, but I know what I'm saying.
That's why I think you're a high level with all this. You've just
I'm not
forgotten who
high
you are.
level. I'm not high level.
No,
I'm
seriously, Bubba,
confused.
I think in a past life, many past lives, you already mastered this shit. And that's why it's actually probably funny to your guides right now to have them listen to how you're talking.
Oh
Because
my
it's like,
god.
can you imagine if a surgeon that studied in all the top schools, medical schools, and performed some of the world's most famous surgeries
Yeah.
had amnesia and he was sitting in the hospital bed going, "So you guys know how to perform surgery?" And they're like, all the nurses and doctors are like, "Wait, what? Like, you don't remember?" That's how I feel listening to you. I feel like it's like you're this high level advanced soul that's just
No.
forgotten who you really are. And that's okay. I still send you love and I understand that
Yeah.
your soul chose that. But
Yeah.
literally everything you're saying is high level.
Really?
Oh my God. Yes.
Ah.
I'm not the only one that says that. People were saying that in the chat.
Well,
The things
thank
you're
you, I
saying, the
guess.
energy that you pick up on and that you're talking about, that you've just deemed as like a weird thing that you do, is actually, it's like a really, you're very in touch with energy. Some people have
So
to work very hard to tune into that. You're already tuned into it. You just don't know what to do with it, but you're already tuned into it.
I want to tell you about the school's cat that at the university where I worked as a security officer. So the school cat name is Bell because the school is called Belmont, and it's the cat is like it has a bell on its neck, and the cat is the school's cat. The school owns the cat. We feed the cat. The security officers feed the cat. But the cat, no one will let you. No humans are allowed to touch the cat. Like what I'm saying is, the cat will never let you touch the cat. Like the other like there was like 20 officers that worked with me, and like they all would be like, the darn cat won't let me touch it. Like they try to feed it food and it'll run away. They try to like get it to come here, kitty, kitty. The cat will look and run away. One day I was out there on the little rocking chair where the cat hangs out at, where his little playhouse is. And I was like, hey, kitty, 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 how are you? What's wrong? You hungry? And I just started talking to it. The cat came up to me and started rubbing my leg. So I started taking pictures and videos. And then the cat jumped up on the rocking chair thing, jumped into my lap, and sat down and started. It turned on its little motor, and it said, and it was motoring. And like, I started rubbing the cat. And like I'm recording this. And so I get back into the dispatch office where all the other officers are. And I'm like, look. And then all the officers, like three of them was very upset. Like that damn cat would never let me touch it. Like I tried for years to let that cat try to get that cat to even come up close to me. And like nobody could get the cat to even come close to them. But for me, like the cat just jumped up in my lap.
See, I don't know what it's going to take for you to realize what's going on here.
What do you mean?
When are you going to recognize your gifts?
That a cat likes
You
friends?
know, you know. If you're like me, then I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell me through you.
Yeah, yeah. I
Wake
mean, I
up.
know what you're saying. I
Wake
mean,
up. You know this.
there is something, and I see it, but I,
Trek
I
Tracer just said, maybe you were a shaman or a wise man in a previous life. And I was going to say that because I pictured that. Then Trek Tracer said, my guides just confirmed that he was. I don't think you
wow,
understand your stuff. You just you need to step into this a little bit more, I think. Like, yeah, someone else said, Love Busted said, I feel shaman and ancestry. So you're coming from, like, really talk to your grandmother and just be like, okay, it's like everything keeps happening and it keeps trying to remind you, like, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. And now
yeah,
it's like, wake up,
wow.
wake up to your truth.
I'm gonna work on it. That can be my goal. Is
You're already
to
working on it by coming up here
I
tonight.
know, and this is something that's way a stretch for me. Like, never in a billion years I would ever tell my deepest secrets of the way my mind is set up and the way I work. I just would never share this because society tells us you know what they tell us.
Yep.
And I've never consumed myself with this type of thing, but there's too much there's too much science that backs it. It's too many other people that have similar experiences, and there's too many other people that's like me for to deny it. But it's not so much of that. It's just I guess I'm stuck between fear of what happens now, or I remember when I was young and I opened up like this, and then I saw the man at the end of my bed. And I remember I closed it back off. I prayed and I was like, God, don't never let this happen again. I don't ever want to see anything ever again. And it closed off for like 3 years, and I could never
Yep.
even, and I couldn't do anything. I was stuck I wasn't seeing nothing, feeling nothing. It just, my whole other mind just, I never was able to click back into the other realm. I couldn't click back.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I definitely want to stay open because it's so hard to open back when I close, but I want to do it in a way that's comfortable and not scary either. I want
Yes.
to understand what's happening.
And that's a good segue to something that I forgot the name. Love Busted said about seeing things that scared them. I want to talk
Yeah.
about that a little bit because when I first started, when I remember thinking like this, I remember the first time I felt an energy around me was like when I was probably about 18 and I had lived with my dad for a short period of time. And I remember during the day, I was going to college and during the day, thank you, Ebony. How you doing? Um, I felt an energy in his condo. He was at work and I felt this strong energy and it scared the everything out of me. I was terrified. No one in my family talks like this. No one I know is like this. My mom grew up Catholic. My dad grew up with no religion. Like he's an electrical engineer. Everything's about what's seen. So I didn't know anybody like this at all. And I was so scared. And so that's when the night terrors started too. So for me, my journey with all of that, it's a combination of things. So I keep wanting to use this light bulb because I want to show you, and I wish this were clear, but there's this side of things that is the physical dimension that's like over here. And then there's this side of here that's the spiritual dimension. And so sometimes when you're looking, you have to try to understand what are you looking at? You could be looking at both. You could be looking at just one or the other. But in terms of like negative energy, I personally believe there's in the physical part that has to do with your body, your mind, and like your beliefs, things that you've learned in this lifetime. So if you've learned to be afraid of spirituality or spirits for whatever reason. Like my mom, first time I told my mom about my night terrors, she said, "Oh, it sounds like it's the devil and it's just trying to scare you because it knows you have an open heart." And so that locked into me. And I was like, holy
Yeah.
shit, really? Like, am I really being attacked? And I didn't really believe in that.
Yeah.
But because it was my mom that said that, I kind of started to think like, well, maybe, I mean, who knows? Because it feels very
Yeah.
evil. It feels very scary. It
Yeah.
feels and so for many years, I really battled with all this. I had horrific night terrors. I was afraid to be asleep. I was afraid to be alone.
Yeah.
And it's
I
just been
went
this
through
whole
that.
thing. So
Yeah.
these are the things I've learned sort of in a nutshell. And you're going to have to go on your own journey with this. But number one, spirits, all of them have to respect our boundaries. So you
Yep.
need to set energetic boundaries and just say, you are not allowed to be around me. I still do it. I'll say, you are not allowed to be around me. I feel scared right now. I feel uncomfortable. And then put the white light around you. Say, I am
Hmm.
protected by the white light of God and all that is good and all my angels and
Hmm.
ancestors.
I
No
do
one is
that.
allowed into my energy field unless I invite you in. And if you do come in, you have to have the highest intentions for me and all involved.
So,
Cannot come into my world in any way through my dreams, through physically being around me, nothing. And so I learned to set boundaries like that. And then
mhm.
also with the night terrors for me, I think I was working out past lives being afraid of energy because it felt bigger than just this lifetime. And so I've also had to come to terms with because our dreams sometimes are acting out our fears. So if we're afraid of something, it's going to manifest as a monster or something in your dream or as a killer, someone chasing you, something horrible and scary, because
Mhm.
it's just it's your subconscious mind trying to help you look
Mhm.
at this thing that's happening inside of you so you can confront it. So a lot of times with those night terrors, there were part of it that I did like spiritual energy check and set the boundaries, but some of it was psychological work I had to do in myself and say,
Yeah.
what am I actually afraid of? And what would happen if I stood up to the fear? Like they say, turn around and face it in the dream
You'll
instead of
push it
running.
away. You have the power, and
Yeah.
you will push it away.
Yeah,
Like I
and
know
like
what I
instead of always
feel.
running and hiding, because that's such an automatic response, what
Hmm.
would happen if you journaled about it? If you asked your
Hmm.
guides about it? If you really went inside of it, instead of going away from it, go inside of the fear and say, what exactly is here? Because there's nothing on this earth, and I want you guys, everyone in here, I want you guys to hear this, okay? There is not a single thing here that we should be afraid of.
Mm-mm.
We are all created under God. We're all created
Yep.
from the light. There's nothing we have to do except for be born and die here. That's it. Nobody can pressure you to do anything you don't want to do. The only reason why you don't want to do something is because you don't want the discomfort if someone's threatening you with something. But there's
The
nothing. And I
fears
feel
I
like I've
have is
lived
from the
so many
humans.
lifetimes where I was imprisoned for things I didn't do, or I was
Right.
tortured. And yeah, you don't want to be in prison, you don't want to be tortured, but I'm just saying ultimately at the end of the day, we are protected. We are
Oh,
protected. Our soul is protected. So we're here to experience what we're here to experience, but there's nothing that can damage us really that we don't let damage us because of our fears. So as long as you stay with the light, stay
yeah.
with God, stay with your highest angels and ancestors and align yourself with that. Do a couple housekeeping things like setting boundaries and visualizing yourself protected, and then work on your psychology. I think you're going to see that negative energy is not going to be around you anymore. And that's
Yeah,
why
I
people
fixed
ask me, what do you
that
do when there's a
years
negative
ago.
spirit? There's never a negative spirit around me anymore,
Never for me either. I fixed it
right?
years ago. Like the like if I ever feel like sometimes sometimes I'll see stuff, and every now and then, I mean, it's so far in between, but like, I mean, 1 out of 100, like it never happens. But if I ever get a bad energy that I'm just like, okay, I don't know about this one, but because I'm not sure about this one, what I'll start to do is I'll create that bubble that you described. I do that. I'll
Good.
say I'll put up the bubble. I see it in my head. It's a silhouette, clear white bubble, and it'll expand out of my body of love, peace, happiness, and protection.
Good.
And then what I'll do is I'll push it out of my house. So I'll extend the bubble to be as big as my home. And I pushes it out and I see it. I visualize that bubble being pushed out and I see whatever that image is or whatever I can't see the energy. I'll just see it as a glob. I'll push it out of my glob and then boom. And I'll tell it in my mind, I'm like, you are out of here and you're not welcome here. If you don't mean me peace or love, you're out. Boom. And I'll push it down the street and like literally, I'm visualizing this, and I can see a map in my head, and I'm like, and I'll push it out of this Tennessee, and then I'll push it out of the United States. Like I'm crazy like that. I just push it away from me.
Okay, but I'm going to say about this,
Yes,
that's also not really the right way to go about it, too. Like
probably not,
there's a
but
boundary, but then you're letting your fear of whatever it is also like cause you to want to, you can't escape things forever. Eventually, you're going to have to look at something and actually have it really just sit with it until it transmutes in front of you. Like literally, because if you keep pushing it, pushing it, pushing it, you're not really changing it. You're literally just visualizing a denial in a way. It's a 3D version of
it's
denial.
it's because I don't understand some
Yeah.
energy,
Right.
like the regular silhouettes when I see them and I feel like I'm safe and stuff. I'm good with it. But when I don't understand the energy, and it's like, for example, when we were talking yesterday, and I told you how, like, the light, one of my sensor lights came on in my house,
Right.
and nobody was over there, and the light came on, and I'm like, and I felt the energy. I was like, okay, I'm not familiar with it, so I didn't sit with it. I just kind of pushed it out of my house.
Um, I want to say because people are talking about visions for tomorrow and visions for this weekend and visions for anything political. This is my personal opinion. It's not fact. I'm just a person in the world living my life. I have my own opinions about things
Yeah,
and my own guidance. So
yeah,
take it for what it is. And if it doesn't resonate, just let it go.
yeah.
But when it comes to political or predictive imagery, or like like you dream about something or you get a vision for something, I don't really know why some people get visions for things that are scary. I don't know what the purpose, what that is for your
Right.
journey, for your path. I don't know what that is. And that's something I would look into if you have that. I did have that as part of my night terrors. I would have visions of a certain type of future, and I had to kind of think about that. It was like apocalyptic, scary, but I worked on that. But what I want to say is, a lot of times the fear of something isn't as bad as the actual reality of it. I'm not saying the reality of it isn't hard, but like I was talking about how I went through the wildfire in Northern California a few years ago. And if somebody would have told me about it, I would have been terrified. If I would have saw the images before it happened, I would have been terrified. And yes, there were animals' lives that were lost, plants, human lives, not a lot of human lives, but there were some human lives. So there was a lot of actual like people that had a lot of scary stuff. But what I experienced was scary, but when you're in it, you're solving problems. When you're in it, you're like, okay, what do I need to do next? What do I need to do next? What do I need to do next? So it's not as scary when you're in it, because you're actually interacting with the image and you're actually helping something. So just remember that, number one, when you have a vision of something, you're looking at it from a powerless point of view. And so that's different than being in it and being powerful. Also, our souls have signed up for this life. The physical dimension is not easy. It's not, if in the soul dimension, we don't have any of this stuff. We don't have death. We don't have like suffering and loss, and like we don't have that. We're whole and complete and perfect and whatever. And so we're here experiencing life in the physical. Like I always say, I'm a spirit having a human experience. We all are. We're here experiencing this dimension, and with this dimension, there's fear, there's loss, there's all that kind of stuff. And so it's like, if you're giving all this power to this image that you have of something that's going to come up, you're giving the physical way more power than it needs to have, because the physical is just a manifestation of a place, like a school. It's not reality. It is real. It is real, and pain is real. But ultimately, when you leave your body and you have an out of body experience, or you die and you have a near death experience, you see things very, very clearly of like, oh my God, yeah, I'm out of my body. They don't even recognize, when people have near death experiences, they don't even really recognize their bodies. They're like, oh my God. And they'll be mutilated from a car accident, and they're just like, I have no connection to that body at all. And their energy of their personality and all the things that they want, that stays intact. And that's the truth. That's where we really are. And the physical part is just a part of our journey. It's not the whole thing. And so I'm not saying your visions aren't real, or they're not true, or that they won't come true, because they probably will come true. Some of them, lots of them probably. But don't give it, whether it comes true or not, so much power that it trumps the power of spirit. Always remember, the spiritual dimension, where we really come from and what we really are, is bigger than anything physical. And try to bring your consciousness into that more. And there's no fear in the spirit dimension. So if you're looking at a vision and you're afraid, that's not you looking from the point of view of your spirit. That's you looking from the point of view of your human body, but you've been given a spiritual gift of insight or a vision. So it's confusing, because you feel like, well, that's my spirit. Spirit doesn't experience fear. Spirit, God doesn't look at us and go, oh my God, I'm so afraid for them. I'm terrified that they're going to be hurt. Their heart's going to be hurt. They're going to experience pain when they die. No, God is like, I know exactly what's going on. We've all chosen this experience. And yes, they're going to go through pain, but they're so much bigger than their pain. They're so much bigger than their fear. And this is all a classroom that they wanted to go through. And they have to forget who they really are for it to be effective. So I know that what they're capable of. I'm so proud of them. This is amazing. I'm going to be there for them. That's what our guides and ancestors are all looking at us thinking right now. They're not looking at us like, oh my God, I'm afraid for them. They probably feel for us like, this is very hard. This is very hard to be a spirit stuck in a human body with amnesia of who we really are and what we're really doing here. It is hard.
So hard. It's so hard.
It is hard. But you got to pull yourself out of your physical way of looking at things and try to balance it with the spirit.
But you can't separate it.
You have to.
I try to separate.
You have to work on that. You have to. If you're going to evolve, that's what the next steps are. You cannot stay only in your body. If you're awakening to something else, it's not just so you can use that energy as a manipulative tool. It's because you're meant to be conscious of this other thing and stay partially conscious
But
here
if you
and
don't
conscious here.
understand it, how can you be okay with? I don't know.
No, go ahead, say it.
Okay, so like, what are you saying exactly? Are you saying that you have to allow your mind, you have to still be human, but also allow the spirit side to be open all the way, all the time? Is it okay to be like that?
I don't know what your particular journey is because I don't know what yours is, but for me, I live in both worlds at all times.
I
I
don't know
That's
how
why I
to
see it
do.
like the
I have
light
to.
bulb. I see
I've.
it like the
I've.
light. What?
I was just gonna say, like, I. I figured out how to not close it off and turn it off completely, but I know how to, like, the older I'm getting, it's getting harder though. It's becoming a part of me, if that makes sense. But um I struggle with it. Like, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. I
Well,
just,
like with my light bulb, my trusty light bulb that hasn't
yeah.
really been that helpful, but I feel like it is in my mind. But
Yeah.
but like I okay, like here's the human world and here's the spirit world, let's say, okay? So I see like, oh, I have to get up in the morning, I have an appointment, I have to take a
Mhm.
shower, I have to pay my
Right.
bills, I have to email people back, I have to call people. That's my human world, right? Let my
Yes.
dogs out. But
Right.
then my spirit world is like, I sense we're having a huge revolution. This is a
Yes.
huge wake up of all the spirits all over the world.
Hmm.
Um, that this is a time of awakening for humans on earth, but we're
Right.
already awakened as spirits. We're already awakened. So we don't,
Right.
spirits don't need to awaken.
That's
Think
right.
about that. Spirits don't need to awaken. Humans do. So the
I think
human
I
part of us is
ignore
awakening.
myself. I ignore things that I like. I'll have a vision and say it's not a vision. It's just me being silly minded, or I'll have like or I'll have a dream and say that's just me dreaming silly. Or if I'll, or if I'll like, or if I sense something in a person, instead of sitting with it, analyzing it, feeling what that is, I just try to, because society have taught me that I'm not supposed to do that.
Well, you're going to have to find where that comfort level is for you to be aware. Like
Yeah.
Jessica brought up a good point. She said you can't constantly be downloading, you'd be exhausted. So you've got to learn how to build a doggy door on your spirit. And you
Yeah.
know the doggy doors that have the little thing that go in so coyotes don't come in the house at night?
Right.
You got to
Right.
learn how to put that thing down when you need some time to yourself because it
Right.
is overwhelming. And you got
Yeah.
to learn boundaries are so important when we're learning our spirituality. And it really will help everyone if we learn how to have a good relationship with boundaries. You got to set boundaries. Yep. Yeah. So you could say, okay, I'm getting something from this person's spirit, but I don't really want to deal with that right now. You don't have to.
Right.
You
Right.
do not have to. But if you're not dealing with it out of fear or out of a knee jerk reaction because that's how you were raised,
Mhm.
that's not good.
Well,
It
let
should
me
be your
ask you
choice.
this.
Hi,
And
Karina.
maybe it's just me, but or maybe since you're like me, maybe you have insight of something that you experience similar to this. But as I like, especially in the like last 2 years, me as a human with this spiritual gift that I'm learning about myself, me learning how to click into it. So like when I'm out in the world, I run into other people that's like us. They're empathetic, they're empaths, they're spiritual, they're loving, they're kind. And then there's these other people, they're they're unalive. Am I saying this right? And like people will like talk to you and you're talking to robots. Am I saying this
They're
right?
unaware. They're not aware of their spirit. They're just like,
I feel like there's people that are in this world that even if you're not spiritual, because you have some that are just not spiritual, but they're, I guess, safe or okay the energy is not bad, but then you have these unalive people that are just uncomfortable to be around.
Yeah.
Like uncomfortable. They're just so unalive, dark.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I can feel that energy. When I see them and feel them, it's overwhelming to me. So I'm just like, And like I have like some of my family and my friends that like they know I'm different. Like I'll come in a room. Oh, like my sister. Me and my sister, we went I went to I went over somebody's house, walked in the door. We were supposed to chill at that person's house, but I walked right out the door within 5 seconds. And it ruined the whole entire night because we all five, all six of us were supposed to go in and chill. But I walked right out and I was like, I'm not going in there and I'm not going in there. I'm ready to leave this yard. I'm
Yeah.
leaving.
I
You know
feel
what I'm
like
saying?
that right there is where our own personal journeys come in. Whether or not that happens to you, whether or not you get that feeling, whether how you react when it happens, do you listen to it, do you ignore it, and then what do you do after you listen to it or ignore it? Like that's your personal journey.
So
That's
here's the
your
thing. As a human, you're looking odd as
oh
hell.
yeah.
You're looking like, what the hell is wrong with this person?
Yeah.
They you whatever we're doing, whether we're playing cards, watching a movie, chill out, be
Yeah.
normal, you
Right.
know? But the truth is sometimes there's something that overwhelms me, like when I feel it. And it feels like that day I walked in like 3 or 4 steps and I felt like it's unsafe. I felt like a kind of darkness, like a death, like maybe pain, like somebody had been hurt or something in there.
Mhm.
I don't know what I felt, but it was dark and I felt like I don't this don't make sense, but I almost felt like somebody died in there
Well,
in a
why wouldn't have someone died in there?
horrific way.
Why wouldn't have someone died in there?
Unalive. Sorry.
Yeah, but why wouldn't that have happened?
Yeah.
I mean, people unalive.
I mean, what
See,
I'm saying,
you have to stop the way you look at it and the way you talk about it. You've got to
you
change
gotta
it.
help me. I don't know how I gotta change this. I gotta.
Well, I mean, I know you know your environment and you're smart and you know how to like be around the people that you're around. So you probably do have to kind of talk in code a little bit or talk in the way
Yeah.
you're talking. But
Yeah.
once you get around the people that are like you, that understand what you're talking about, you can sort of like leave that at the door
How do
and
I say
literally come
this?
in and be like, I think somebody died there before. I mean, you could
Well,
just
I don't
be,
even know if I'm allowed to say that because I don't know if
oh,
the people that I was with w- did it.
yeah, right.
So I'm just like, I know that it's real because I can feel. Well, I don't know it. I just know that I can feel. I what I felt was it felt like a fear of someone else, but I mean, it was me. It was me,
Hmm.
but it was fear of like something could happen to me, like I'm unsafe,
That's good.
and and
I think we used to have a stronger sense of that for survival. And that has been numbed out and pushed back, but actually I think everybody has that in terms of survival, that energy.
my
Yeah, and Jessica
sister
said
was
I'm
looking
glad you
at me
left
like I
this
was
scene.
crazy, though. Everybody was looking at me like I was crazy.
Well, they're not going to look at you like you're crazy when they're looking at you in the casket. So you might as well look at you like you're crazy now. Like if you know
But
something, you got to follow it.
yeah, I gotta work on the between though, like how to be somewhat normal to fake it a little.
You've already mastered that.
Have I?
What are you talking about? You've already mastered. That's the whole thing you're doing. By like, I don't know, I must be crazy when really you're like this really highly evolved shaman from like 4 billion
What?
lifetimes.
You're silly. You're so silly.
I'm serious.
You're silly.
I'm serious. The stuff you talk about is like, you're like, you
No.
know, when you see people's auras and you know when they're going to die. And I'm like, no. And you're like,
No.
oh, never mind.
I
Like,
don't, I don't know
I'm just
about
using
that.
that as an example, but you know,
Yeah.
it's like,
You're
what the heck
funny.
is going on? Um,
I do feel like when I walk into certain people's homes, I can feel like, if like I can feel like either what they have done or what they are planning. Sometimes more so past than future,
Well,
and
again, this goes back to you asking your grandmother, asking your guides, why do you have this ability? What
yeah.
maybe you're meant to help something or solve something or I don't know what, but that's for you to figure out because it's not one size fits all. You know, everybody has different levels of this
Do
for
you
different
feel it
reasons.
when you walk into people's homes? Can you feel things, and how do you react if you don't want to be there and it's other people looking at you?
Probably most of my life I ignored it and I pushed it down.
Okay.
And then I regretted it because I found out later I was always right. You know, there was always something
Oh,
there. Like in terms of a energy with people, I put
yeah,
myself in very dangerous situations when I was younger because
yeah.
you know my mom and my dad left us alone a lot, and so I would go out with people that I shouldn't be out with and doing. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. I was in very dangerous situations a lot, but but yeah, I mean, I think that you have to act on that because that's for you. You hear it. You hear that baby crying in the woods. You've got to listen to it. Not everybody else is going to pick
Do
up
you
on
ever get
that.
images too? Like sometimes I'll see like when I walked in, I kind of saw blood on the floor, but it wasn't blood on the floor. But I know that's my brain playing tricks on me or something. So I was like, let me just. I don't feel safe, but it wasn't real blood or anything.
No, I mean it was a vision of another
It
time.
probably
And
wasn't a vision. It probably was just my. I don't know.
well, you don't. Yeah, you don't. We don't know. We don't
I don't
know.
know. But I wanted to not be there.
Well, then you had to leave, and then you did that, so that's good. You in danger, girl. So you left.
I guess so. I'm gonna work on myself. I'm gonna try to be. I'm gonna try to be more like you. Like you said, you would just go in there and fake it and just make it happen,
No,
and
no,
just
no, no, no. I
ignore
don't.
the.
No, you got the
Huh?
wrong thing out of that. That was when I was younger. I wouldn't do that now.
Oh, oh,
If I felt that now, I would leave.
you would leave?
Oh yeah. Well, first I wouldn't react. That's the first thing. I wouldn't react. I wouldn't leave
Like they,
necessarily.
you wouldn't just turn around and walk out?
No, I would try to figure out, unless that's what my guidance told me to do. If my guidance said, get out of there right now, I
I
would. I
just
would
felt
listen to it.
chills and my heart hit my stomach for no reason. It was like my body took over me, and I was like, it was like out. I was like, okay, out. I'm
Yeah,
out.
well, that's good. But if I wasn't sure what I was thinking or feeling, but I knew I felt an energy of like a unaliving energy there, and I would stay with it and see what I was feeling and unpack it.
Hmm.
But maybe that's because I'm white and white people always go towards the danger in the horror movies. No, I don't know. I'm just making a joke. But the point is that I wouldn't necessarily run out, but definitely if I felt very, very strongly that it was an unsafe environment or that something bad had happened there at some other point, I would watch my back and I would leave as soon as possible. And sometimes, even, you know, being a woman, being female, I've learned we can't draw attention to things that we're afraid of because then they take advantage of that sometimes. And I don't know if any females in here understand what I'm talking about, but if we're afraid of something, we have to play it off a lot of the time and just figure out how to get out of there. That's what we're figuring out, but they don't know that we're doing that. So we'll be like, "Yeah, no, I love your couch. It is so pretty." And you're thinking, "I got to get the F out of here
Yeah,
ASAP." But you're just like trying to be like disarming, like,
yeah,
"No, oh my God, that's awesome. Yeah, I would love some water. Thank you." In your mind, you're like, "I'm not drinking anything from this place. I'm not drinking water. I'm not drinking out of any glasses. Like, I want out of here." But you have to act very like chill and just be like, "Yeah, oh my God. Oh, wait. I just remembered my mom. What did she say? I have to let me make sure I have what I need because I'm supposed to go back and get my purse or something." Like you
yeah.
make something up to seem very like you're not, you know, it's not like in the horror movies. We don't do that. We don't go, ah, and then
Right.
run and then fall down and look back. No. Like
Real.
we're very smart. That's how we live. Like cuz we figured out how to like outsmart the bad people. Um so yeah, so if I felt an energy when I went in somewhere, there's a lot of contemplation that would go on for me. I would try to figure it out. Like is am I in immediate danger? Am I picking up on on an unaliving that has happened before at this place? Are
Yeah.
these people aware of it? Are these people safe? Is what's the best possible way for me to get out of here
Oh.
without drawing attention to myself?
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm still odd with it, like, cause I don't see. I guess my thing is like, obviously, I can't tell what I'm feeling, and I can't say what I because it's so weird. So it's kind of like, and then I don't know. Like
But
I
your
like
guidance might be telling you to get the F out right then, though. I mean, I don't know, you know?
I mean, I was safe because it's my sister with me, but I didn't know some of the other people, I guess. Or I honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I still to this day feel strong about it. I think about it all the time. I think about every time I go in there, like every time I thought about going in there, just the memory of it. I remember feeling how I felt, and I can't shake the feeling. It was so strong. It was so strong. And the
Well,
only other time that have happened to me is when I worked at a hotel before, and on the third floor at the end of the hall, I was like, they was like, you never like to go on the third floor. And like we had a conversation about it. I was like, I don't know, I just feel funny that I always take the elevator, or I would never go down the stairwell on the third floor. I don't know. I just felt
yeah,
something.
you probably pick up on energy of unalivings that have happened.
They had confirmed that.
See?
That years that but I didn't know until like 3 years later, after the owner had stopped at the and said, like, look at this article. I'm looking at the article, and I'm like, and then we all like looked at each other, and they was like laughing at me like, wow. And I was like, I had no idea, like, but I just know that, but it was a whole unaliving situation that happened that was bad to somebody, and they was hurt. But
Well, and different locations hold energy signatures. And so if something traumatic happens somewhere,
But
that
see what,
energy,
and this is the stuff like this right here. Like, is this stuff real?
yeah. You
Cause
just said
like
you
I
don't believe
question
that.
it for myself. Like I know that I felt it and saw it, and it happened, and I didn't see it, but you know, I I mean I knew not to go down there, but I've always ignored those things.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you're going to ignore it anymore.
I don't think I'm gonna ignore it anymore. I'm
This
gonna
is your
learn.
coming out party.
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna reach in deep and really try to understand things better. I've been opened up a little bit differently.
Good. And I think it's ultimately about respecting yourself. If you see
Yeah.
something or feel something, respect it. It's your
Hmm.
higher self communicating with you. It's not a scary spirit talking to you. It's you. It's your true spirit talking to you, the human. And if we get scared of it, it's because we've forgotten who we really are. We've forgotten how powerful we really are. So just,
Hmm.
be like, wow, I'm pretty awesome. But it kind of scares me sometimes. So help me figure it out so it doesn't scare me, or whatever. Just
Yeah.
talk like you would talk to your best friend, but talk to your spirit that way, talk to your guides that way. Don't make it a scary thing and tell them
Don't make it a
everything.
scary thing. Just be secure in it.
No, I wouldn't say be secure in it, but tell them you're afraid. Go, oh my God, I'm so scared. Don't do that again. That just scared
Oh,
me.
okay.
Next
Okay.
time, make it a little bit better. But don't just say,
Okay.
oh my God, I'm so scared. I'm not going to look over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, because like when Derek died, we had a prom. We made a pact when we were in our 20s when we dated.
Okay.
Whoever died first would let the other one know that they're alive and that there's an
Okay.
afterlife.
Yeah.
Well, so after he died, I didn't know what the energy was that was around me. I was in LA and I felt a buzzing around me. When I think about it now, I think that's so obvious what it was, but I didn't put it together. I was grieving. I just wasn't, and I could feel a buzzing like I was standing next to a speaker or something, and it would buzz and it would move around me. It scared everything out of me. And I would just get up and start
Wow.
doing stuff. I'd go outside, I'd go to coffee with someone, I would just change the energy. And I even felt something touching my hair sometimes.
Ugh.
And I also
It's
smelled
scary.
cigarette smoke, and he didn't smoke. So I thought it was outside. And
Yes.
so my current boyfriend was like shutting all the windows and doors. And like, I'm like, I thought maybe it was a neighbor, in LA, the
Yeah.
houses are close together. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. And then, um,
Wow.
and then the medium that my friend that I was staying with, his cousin is a psychic medium in New York, in Buffalo, New York. So we're in Northern California at the funeral. I was up in Northern California, and she was in Buffalo, New York. I've never met her before. She called my friend that I was staying with and she said, "Your friend there, she lost somebody." And he said, "Yeah." and she said, tell her that he's trying to keep his promise to her, but she keeps pushing him away. And I was like, oh my God, like I never thought that that was him. I was like, what? And she said he tries to touch my hair, he tries to comfort me, but that I get scared and I push it all away. All of that was true. And she didn't know me. No one knew about the pact I made with him. Only me and he and I were the only ones that knew.
Right, right.
No one knew. It was a private thing. I never even told anybody. I kind of had forgotten about it too. And then she described my bedroom perfectly. And it was a weird bedroom because there was an atrium. It was a second 2-story house with a 2-story atrium.
Mhm.
And so there was weird windows in there. And she described the layout perfectly. And then I found out from his friends in San Francisco that he was so stressed out because he had just left an abusive relationship. And we think she's the one who unalived him. So there was a lot of fear, and he was afraid too. And that's why he left her. She had threatened to unalive him, so he was afraid, and he had a lot of fear. So I didn't recognize his energy because he had fear connected to it. And
Mm,
finally, his friends told me he had started smoking towards the end of his life. And then I
mm.
asked my now boyfriend, and he said, actually, I never smelled the smoke. I was just trying to help you. I was
Wow.
like, because I go, you smell it, right? And he was like, no. And I was like, or he said yes at the time. But then later he's like, no. So I smelled smoke, I felt fear, and I felt a
Mhm.
presence, but I never made it. I never was like, that's him until I found out it was him. Once I realized it was him, I said, all right, you've got to chill out. Whatever you're doing, calm down because it's scaring me. So I started working with the
Right.
energy and it helped me. But
So you
so
work
fear
with
can be a
it.
lot of things. And that's why I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, investigate it a little bit more. Don't be so quick to push it
I
away or
have
just be like,
smelled fragrances before. Like I always feel like I smell my grandmother's perfume, but she never ever really came to my house. So it's so odd. It's like I smell it and then like I'll ask my partner, "Do you smell this?" No. Okay, so I smell it. So I don't know. It's so many
hmm.
things I
There's a whole world of it can't even possibly be explained in one life even there's I'm looking at spirit of Avalon some I'm not sure if I'm saying Avalon and Adsum and the comment like crystalline dimensions and different things. It's like there's billions and billions of trillions of quadrillions of things to discover once you even walk through that door. So all I'm saying is if you feel the call, walk through the
Mhm,
door and know that you can always set a boundary. You can always go
mhm.
back into your human form. You can always say to your guides, I'm scared. This is overwhelming. I can't be a human and do all this stuff. Please,
Right.
settle it down a little bit and they
Yeah,
will.
just
They'll work
maybe
with
a
you.
little bit at a time. Maybe
Yeah.
I should just focus on like the small things, just one or two at a time, and
Yes.
just not allow too much to happen because it do feel overwhelming to try to understand like everything. Because I really love animals also, and like I want to understand the connection with animals to myself. Cause but then I also want to understand all these other things, like the memories that haven't happened yet. Like, how does that happen, and why is this? Why I want to know more about that, but some of it can. I don't know how far to go with it.
That's good.
I don't even know where to even start it. Like, do I look at other people's journeys that are similar and learn from it, or do I just kind of take a break from some of it and just focus on little things like dreaming?
I would meditate and just ask my guides and say, what part do you want me to start with? And if I don't feel any exact answer come through, then I would just start with whatever interests me.
Yeah,
Our natural interest is a breadcrumb.
yeah. I do want to investigate the water thing though, because the way you explain the water, like putting your, like you said, you could talk to water and then
Yeah.
it do something under the microscope versus when you don't talk to, like because I believe that because I have plants in my house and I talk to my plants and all of my plants they thrive so well. And like when I was in the hospital after my accident, my mom told me she watered my plants all the time, but for whatever reason my plants were dying when I came home. And I asked her, I was like, "Did you do exactly what I said? Just one cup?" every 4 days. Like, what are you doing? It's more to it. It's more to it. Because I
Yeah.
gave the plants love.
Mm-hmm.
My plants have names.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
do you get what I'm saying
Yeah,
though?
I did that with my nephew. We walked around and named all my plants together. So yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be like, Janice is unhappy. And I go, why? He's like, she doesn't like being by the door. So I moved the Janice plant over to. I love that.
I believe the water thing though. There's something with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so just go with interest, like Jessica said, journal. I'd say meditate. I'd say, someone else said baby steps. Um, yeah, let's see. What was the other one? Who said baby steps? I want to give you credit. Sandy. Sandy said baby steps. So I would just say, you don't have to do anything if it's only if you want to. And just do what you feel interested in. It doesn't have to be this big, deep calling. Just start with something that interests you. Like you said, you want to learn more about water. Water and plants. Start there.
Yeah, water and plants.
Start there. Start where your natural interest is. Trek Tracer said, I send healing thoughts and prayers in the water to help heal Gaia. I love that.
Love that too.
All right. So is that good? Are we good here? I feel good. I feel like you've had a whole breakthrough,
Oh
a full
yeah, I feel
360.
great.
Good.
Did you start off real slow when you started out?
I mean, I don't know. I think I'm still slow about it. Like I just have a certain signature pace that I do. It's the way
Like,
that
do
I
you?
process information to be authentic with it. I don't
Yes.
want to impress anybody with what I know. I
No.
want to actually know it. And so for
Yeah.
me, I'll take as long as I need to take as opposed to, whipping through.
So,
There's times I probably was faster or did more because I was excited and I had more time.
do you ignore things that you just don't like? For example, let's say you walk in a home, and in your brain, for whatever reason, you see a man walking up to someone. It's not real, but in your brain, you're seeing it. A man walk up to somebody, hit somebody with a lamp, and the person falls, and you see blood going everywhere. Even though it's just a thought that just randomly popped in your brain, do you kind of just overlook some of that?
No. If I had
No.
a vision like that, I wouldn't. No. I
Why do you
would
call it a vision automatically?
Well, what I would do is I would ask my guides, why did I have that vision?
Yeah.
And I would meditate on it, I would journal about it, and I would think about it. If it stuck with me, it's more about how I feel than what I see.
Yes.
Because if
Yes.
I see it
Felt
but I have
it
no
with
feeling
it.
connected to it, then
Exactly.
there's nothing to
Oh my
pursue.
God.
But if I
Yes.
see it and I feel something, like I
Yes.
feel this feeling like I'm meant to learn more, I'm meant to look into it, it just feels like a sticky feeling. Something stuck to me about it. I can't get rid of it. I can't, no matter what I do, the thought doesn't go away. So then I'll investigate it and learn and go deeper.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're more like comfortable with this. You're like so comfortable with this.
I feel like at this point, I speak two languages fluently. I speak human and spirit 100%. Whereas when I was younger, um, I didn't speak spirit, but I was way more spirit, like in non-verbally. I
Right.
was non-verbally so spiritual, but I didn't know how to put it into words. And then I was trying to be a human, and then things were happening that I had to start learning how to speak spirit. So,
Do you ever run into other humans that you feel that are able to talk to you as well in the like female like? Do you know what I'm saying?
well, I do feel like that when I meet someone that I really resonate with. Like with Derek, I felt that way, but also with my current boyfriend, I feel that way. Like he was like the musician signed to the record label, so he was to the music studio like I was to the office. So it was a weird feeling when I met him because it was like we were very like it just a familiar feeling where I didn't almost have to say anything. Like it was weird. That's how it is when when you meet someone that you resonate with like that. There's not a lot of words really.
Yeah, it's true. It's like you connect, you understand each other on a different type of level without using a lot of words. It's
Yeah.
so true.
Yeah.
You make things clear with the way you explain things, and
Oh,
I
thank you. I hope so. I like to describe things. I feel like it's a big part of my life journey because even when I'm by myself, for thousands of hours I'll try to figure out how to best describe something. Just by myself, just a feeling or a thought or a thing, and then one day I'll just go, yeah, that's it. That's how I'm going to explain it next time I have to explain it. It's a natural drive in me because I think I was around so many people that never um that never, what do you call it, they were horrible communicators,
yeah.
that it bothered me when I was younger because I was like, I don't want to be like that because I saw them like give up on things or give up on arguments when they had a point but they didn't know how to fight for it. So all that kind of stuff it stuck with me, and so I decided, even though I'm not naturally interested in this kind of stuff, I'm going to learn how to be so I can communicate better.
Can you feel other people's physical pain?
Yeah, sometimes. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, Swifty said, do you know who Spirituality with Sam is? Look her up here on TikTok and on YouTube. She's great. She's a spiritual, I think she's a medium and a psychic, but she has a free course on her website to teach people to connect to their spirit guides.
Okay, I'm gonna definitely look
It's
into.
free. I mean, free for free, free. You can't get better than that. And it's a 5 day, full 5 day course. And she said, I downloaded it, but it's too much for my brain until I heal more. Yeah. So sometimes you just take your time. You pace yourself. It's a self-pacing course. You think
How
he sent the pic to your studio? That's okay, Laura or Trek. That's okay.
how often do you meditate or light a candle?
I go through periods of time where I light a candle like every day, and then this has been the first time I've lit a candle in a while. Meditate every day, and I don't do it in the way that other people probably, the way that it's said, like, or shown. To me, the minute I lay down or the minute I just stop, I can get into that state. I just sometimes if I look off like this direction,
Yeah.
that I'm it's like an on switch for me at this point. But I had to meditate to get to that point. But also I had to meditate the way that was comfortable for me, which is laying down. I rarely sit when I meditate, but I can do that as well. But
Right.
I prefer to lay down, and I can't have any kind of like noises around me, or
Okay.
I can have white noise, I can have stuff like that, but I can't have like things that are going to distract me because then I'm going to analyze it. If I hear someone talking in the other room, I'm thinking about their energy. I'm thinking about, are they mad?
Yep.
Are they happy? What are they saying? Why are they talking like that? Why I get too into that. So it has to be like almost like a sensory deprivation. That's why I like white noise. And then I just lock into it. I don't know.
When you are meditating, is there do you always reach the level of the deepest do you reach where you want to reach when you're meditating?
No.
No, not every time.
No, because different times I'm stressed out about something going on in my life. It's harder for me to let go, and you know, I think that and then when you get frustrated, it then becomes another level of problems because you're like, I'm frustrated, but then you're bringing that into the meditation. You're like, I'm trying not to be stressed out, but then I'm stressed out that I'm stressed out.
I
So
feel
yeah, I
that.
spaz out a little bit. So I just have to keep working with, that's okay. Like, that we're going to actually think about things. And what I try to do when I'm meditating is, whatever thought that pops up, which thoughts will pop up, they
Okay,
will. So don't think you can go into a place where there's no thoughts.
right.
That's like, even a person that has no thought when they're meditating eventually will have a thought. So even if they can go 45 minutes without a thought, they're going to have a thought in the 46th minute because it's human. But anyways, so what I'll do is, whatever thought I have, I'll put it inside of a balloon, a clear balloon, and I'll watch it go up, and I'll visualize it going up through the roof, into the sky, out of the atmosphere, into space until I can't see it anymore. And then if another thought comes up, I do the same thing. I put a bubble around it and I stay with the thought. I think about it. Like, if I think, oh shit, did I pay my phone bill? I'll put the phone bill inside of a bubble and I'll just watch it go up, 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 up until I can't see it anymore. And then I come back to the stillness. And then the next thought that comes up, if one, and I keep doing that until my mind gets so tired of that, that
Yeah.
all of a sudden I'll find myself with no thought.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna use that.
it works for me.
Oh my God. I love it.
Yeah.
It bring you back to your centeredness. I love it.
I need almost like when I was talking about the other night about rocking when I was a little kid to go to bed, how
Yeah.
I would rock and hit my head against the pillow,
Yeah.
the way that it made my head feel out, it was like almost like I had energy inside of my head that had to come out, or I had to get dizzy or something. I had to have some kind of feeling, and then I could relax. And that's kind of how I feel about the bubbles. I need lots of bubbles and watching bubbles. Bubble, bubble, going up, bubble, watching bubbles. And then finally my mind just goes, all right, I'm done with this. I just want to be like flatline, just chill. And then I'm okay. But I have to go through that first. Yeah, it's a kind of a release. Exactly. I'm still struggling to get back to it again, but I do listen to sleep tracks, regulating brainwaves through sound and breath. Yes.
Do you ever feel connections to other animals outside of dogs and cats?
All
Like,
animals.
like horses?
All animals. Yeah.
Ah.
All of them. Cows, sheep, coyotes, birds.
Oh my God, I love birds. I have 5 bird feeders out my front door, and I feed birds on the normal. It's my thing.
Ah, that's cool.
I love
Yeah, we have
birds.
quail around here.
That's
Snakes. Yep. Families of quail that we put water out for. And I love when they come by and drink the water. And then now we have like multiple containers of water because the big crows come and they're like, craw, and then they chase everybody away. So now we have one for the babies and the less aggressive ones, and then one's for the, yeah. I love watching them drink the water. It's really does something for me. I love wild turkeys from Northern California. I love that. And wild peacock and peahen. They'd come right up to the door. It was amazing. They're
wow.
huge, huge. And the
I just
turkeys.
I just want to say that I really, really, really appreciate you for
Mm,
letting me come up and vent and open up because this means the world to me. And also, I wanted to say that I do see your soul, your heart. You're a great person, and you're beautiful inside and out. You really are,
thank you.
and
Mm,
I just really appreciate that everything about you. It's been helpful to me.
thank you. Well, I'm very, very glad because why else would I sit here for 3 hours on my phone if I weren't connecting with people and in some way, hopefully helping, even if it's just you hearing yourself. Sometimes that's the best thing you can do for someone is just let them speak and then they hear themselves in a different way. So that's
Hmm.
great. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's true. It's so true. I actually wrote it on my little notepad over here. I was like, she's always flawless with her makeup. It's so
Ah,
cute.
no,
Like, yes,
no.
yes. Your lipstick is always cute. Your makeup is always perfect.
Oh, God.
Eyeliner is fine. Hair is cute.
I'm glad you
Beautiful.
think that. That's very nice. Thank you.
I'm not
Oh.
hitting on you. My boyfriend's upstairs.
Well,
But
thank
you
you for
are
coming up
great.
here and sharing your heart.
You're welcome.
I really believe you're helping not only yourself, but you're helping so many other people. So I really appreciate it.
You're very, very
And don't
welcome.
be hard on yourself. It's a journey and love yourself through the whole thing. Don't be
For sure.
impatient. Connect with Jessica, connect with spirituality with Sam,
Definitely.
connect with the people that you resonate with, and just keep following those breadcrumbs. They'll lead you.
Yeah, definitely.
All
Definitely.
right. Have a good night, Bubba.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Okay. That was good. That was good, you guys. That was really good. I hope you guys got something out of that as well. I did definitely. Thank you, Swifty. Thank you, Bubba. If you're still in here, thank you, thank you, thank you. By you just asking those questions and being vulnerable and just saying, I don't know this, I don't know that. What about that? That's 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 key. It's not about everybody knowing everything. That's where we get into the problem. Is that when everybody thinks they know stuff, everybody shuts down. I try to stay, and I think this is a secret to being young in life or whatever. Is keep being a novice. Never get to the point where you think you know everything about anything, okay? Because it's like, I mean, other than like basics, but you know what I mean? Like about the bigger stuff, always stay curious. Don't ever get to the point where you're like, oh, I already know that. I already know about that. Don't do that. Like stay in a place of curiosity and that you're always learning. And I think that's the best place to be because guess what? You're going to always learn and there's always something to learn. Always. Yeah, right, Swifty, the analogy about the surgeon with amnesia. Yeah, and he's talking to all the doctors and the nurses in the room going, you guys perform surgery? Like you cut people open? Ew. And they're all like, what? You are a major surgeon. How do you not know that about yourself? That's how I feel about Bubba being like an advanced shaman. And he's like, wait, so you guys have like feelings? Thank you, Libra. You guys have like intuition? And I'm like, what, Bubba? You're a high level. You're fine. Thank you, Libra Jules. It was really good. We all have things to learn. That's right, Trek. Exactly. Yes, everybody loved it. Jessica, thanks, Bubba. That was good. That's right. It was. I am silly. I know I am. But it literally feels like that. Like it's interesting. And I think when you get more and you embrace this more, you're going to look back and go, yeah, that's weird that I didn't realize how much. I mean, do you realize some people that are spiritual or that are discovering their spirituality have a fraction of what you just talked about? Like they might have a reoccurring dream, or they might get a certain feeling about something. You know what I mean? I have to deny this. But you're having all of them. You're having telepathy with a nonverbal autistic person. You're having physical, like visions. You're having feelings when you go into a place. I mean, you're having like if there was a checklist, you have like so many of the high level ones. So, I mean, high level ones, I don't want to, but I'm just saying like more advanced type of things that could happen spiritually. It's a lot. Yeah, Crystal with the K. I'm so glad you're here. So everybody, I'm going to end the live on this note. I did just want to say thank you again to Bubba. Thank you to everyone in the comments. I was reading your comments as much as I could, and it was really awesome seeing, everybody talking to each other and everything. I love that. I love when you guys do that. I just wish the comments stayed on the video too. So when I share this on YouTube, the people on YouTube could see, yay, Mr. K-Bear, level 10. Thank you. That they could see the awesome comments as well. So we're gonna have to figure out how, like, maybe we'll all have to move over to YouTube one night. But I do want us to send love and energy and just have a moment of silence before we leave for the veterans tomorrow and for all the protesters this weekend, because I get a very strong feeling in my heart that our energy of seeing them surrounded by white light and love, that the highest, best possible thing will come of that, not lowest thing, like highest thing of transformation, of just love and breakthroughs. So let's just have a moment of silence. I know this might be whatever, but I just really want to do this. This is my candle. And let's just have a moment of just picturing our veterans and all the other people that are affected by this administration, which is basically the world, and all the people that are speaking up and all the people that are marching, that they be protected in a white light, that they be protected by all the angels and ancestors, all the people that have fought in all the wars before and lost their lives, that all of the angels and archangels are all with us in this battle. I know that they are, but let's just add that extra level of intention and love and protection to any who need it. And let anybody that is afraid to use their voice or afraid to stand up for themselves and others, let them find the courage and the strength right now with this lunar eclipse and with all the things that are happening in the world. Let them find their strength. Let them find their strength to fight, to love. Fighting is loving. We're fighting for our rights because we love our fellow man. And we want everyone to have their rights. We don't want a few people to have all of the resources and be hoarding them and be greedy and be filled with disdain for other humans. We want a world that's filled with love and support for each other. And we're fighting for that. Okay. Thank you. There you go. Love you guys so much. USS Collective Atlantis Karma. Wow, many of you guys may resonate with Atlantis. That's true. That's true. We do. We're fighting for the people, not the government. That's right, Jacob. Frankie, big time revolution. That's right. Sending good energy to the vets and anyone else marching the whole weekend, because Saturday is at Fox News. Sunday is against Project 2025. So good night, you guys. Love you all so much. And we'll continue sending out white light, love, and strength by also being strong and balanced in ourselves. Thank you, Jessica, for all your great comments. I love seeing your comments. Good night, Mr. K-Bear. Aloha, Surfer. It's good to see you again. Good night, Mrs. K-Bear. I feel like you should change your name to Miss K-Bear. Good night, Laura. I'm glad you made it in here. And love you guys. Love you, Bubba. Love everybody. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Okay, we'll check back in tomorrow night, and we'll maybe hopefully have good news. But whatever happens, as long as we know that it's ultimately going to be in the highest good for everyone, well, that's what we're going to put out there. Okay? We should write a letter together. What do you mean by that, Trek? Thank you, Spirit of Avalon. Add some. I like that name now. What do you mean by that, Trek? I want to know more. I want to know more. I'm waiting for you to answer, and then I'm going to check off. My healing hand energy is strong tonight. I can feel it. There's 80 people in here waiting for you, Trek. What do you mean by writing a letter? What letter? A letter of intention? Peace and safety. I like that. Also, remember, tonight's a good night to release. Visualize what you want to release, what no longer serves you. You can release by cleaning out your car. You can release by thinking about the energy that you want to get rid of. Your hands feel warm and tingly. I know mine feel very, very warm, like they're charged up. I could probably like cure cancer right now if I touched somebody. Like I can feel it so strong right now. When my friend had breast cancer and she was in the final days of her life, and I visited her in Colorado, I said, "Can I touch your legs?" And she's like, "Or your feet?" And she goes, "I don't let anyone touch my feet, but yeah." And so I just started touching her feet, and she was like, "Oh my God." And she like felt something. I don't even know. I've never wanted to touch someone's feet before. I don't know what was going on, but it was interesting. Okay. Yeah, Laura's like, "Check Tracer letter." I'm about to light my candle and meditate. Good, Bubba. Trek. All of us need to encourage our nation to be different and better. Okay, I love that, Trek. Cat Mojo. I just burned my limiting beliefs under the blood moon eclipse. Beautiful. Beautiful. And remember, this eclipse energy is going to be around. So if you can't get to doing a lot of this work until tomorrow, that's okay. Till tomorrow night. I mean, you don't have to do it right in the moment because the energy stays with us. Okay. Okay. My hands activate on and off. Reiki has been hard for months for me. You're definitely helping me somehow. Ooh, I'm going to power you up, Spirit. Picture releasing Orange from the White House. Yes. Let's eject him. But it's not just about him. It's always about the root system that's underneath the ground. It's this whole web of darkness that's just always strangling out any progress. And that's why we need to like pull the entire corruption out all the way. New nation. That's right. Oh, hi, Gems. I didn't know you're in here. There's weather warnings in the Midwest. All right, you guys, I'm outie. Hopefully you guys all followed each other. You're supporting each other, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night. If you're marching tomorrow, please be careful. Follow your instincts. Look around you. Have fun. I'm not fun, but like be proud of yourself. Be in the high level energy of it. Be proud of yourself that you're right. You're right to speak out and protect yourself and fight for those who can't fight. Thank you for doing that. And thank you, everybody. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Okay. You're gardening, so just listening. I love that. Gems. All right, you guys, have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.